Chapter 569. Early in the morning, Wang Zhong and Su Xiaoyan arrived at the agency for work. As the boss, Wang Zhong could have arrived later. However, as a new employee, he had to set a good example in case the employees thought he was not serious. Brotherly, what do you want to eat? In the office, Su Xiaoyan sat on his lap and asked coquettishly, Let me think, what should I eat? I've been feeling weak because of you recently. I need some nourishment. You're so annoying. I didn't make you feel weak. I'll get you a bowl of soy milk. I'll buy it from the front. Okay, thank you for your hard work. Bo. After kissing Wang Zhong, Su Xiaoyan swung her hair and went out. When she passed by the other employees, they were all envious. Su Xiaoyan was originally just a poor salesperson. She accompanied the customers to look at houses every day in the rain. Sometimes, she would run around outside for a few days, and all she got was, let's take a look first. But now, Su Xiaoyan had transformed into the lady boss of this place. Such a difference made many girls jealous. Just as Wang Zhong was waiting for breakfast, a call came from the front desk. Mr. Li, there are two people who said they are your friends looking for you. Wang Zhong knew that the original Li Tu did not have many friends. He was curious who was looking for him. What's their name? One is called Mao Jianhua. The other is a lady called Yao Bing. A familiar memory appeared in Wang Zhong's mind. It's Yao Bing. Wang Zhong understood that Mao Jianhua and Chen Jiqiang were not willing to give up. In order to get investment, Chen Jiqiang even sent his girlfriend. This was too cowardly. One had to know that he was an arrogant bookworm. After thinking about it, he let the two in. He wanted to see what else they could do to make him agree to invest. Let them in. Okay, Mr. Li. Li Tu, your office is quite big. Mao Jianhua was shocked as soon as he came in. This office originally belonged to Zhang Kaitai. That guy made some money at that time and decorated this place magnificently. After Wang Zhong moved in, he didn't make any changes, so he gave people the feeling that he was a nouveau riche. Not bad. How did you find the time to come here? When he left the restaurant yesterday, Mao Jianhua chased after him. Wang Zhong had no choice but to give him a business card to get away. Originally, he thought that no matter how thick his skin was, Mao Jianhua would not come. He did not expect that not only did he come, he even brought Yao Bing with him. We're here to see you, of course. Mao Jianhua smiled. I didn't expect you to be doing so well. Are all the agencies outside yours? Yeah, I just took over. Wang Zhong replied and pointed to the seat in front of his desk. Take a seat, old classmate. What's the matter? Hee, it's nothing much. I just came to see you. Of course. Mao Jianhua wouldn't directly state his intentions in order to avoid offending Li Tuesday. He knew that Li Tu wasn't the same honest person he used to be. Look at me. It's really rare. Wang Zhong replied indifferently. Yeah, look at you. You're rich now. If there's anything in the future, you have to help us. Wang Zhong nodded. Actually, he didn't agree. Yao Bing's face was still cold. Her personality was like that, cold as ice. In fact, she looked down on Wang Zhong. He was just a loser who got rich. In the end, he was still a country bumpkin. This time, if it wasn't for her boyfriend, Chen Ji, who forced her to come, she wouldn't have come to ask for an investment. Let me talk about something serious. Yao Bing couldn't stand Mao Jianhua's nonsense anymore. She looked at Wang Zhong with burning eyes and said, Li Tu, do you still remember me? Of course I do. I even sent you a love letter in the past. Wang Zhong leaned on the boss's chair. His eyes were calm. Yeah, let's not talk about the past. We're classmates. If you can help Jiqiang, please help him. After all, it's not difficult for you. This place was worth millions. Therefore, they all believed that Wang Zhong had the ability to invest. Li Tu, Jiqiang also said that as long as you invest, he'll let you invest. You know how good he is. He'll definitely succeed. Wang Zhong had a headache. This Jiqiang was too awesome. Mao Jianhua and Yao Bing trusted him so much. He could only helplessly say, I'm very happy that you came to see me. But if you want to talk about the investment, let me first say that I'm not deliberately not investing. These days, there are too many people starting their own businesses every day. I won't invest my money recklessly. Also, I don't like this retarded game. You actually said that this game is retarded. You're purposely picking on Jiqiang. Mao Jianhua was disappointed. Yao Bing had come personally, but this guy was still acting like this. Alright, Li Tuesday, think about it first. We'll talk later. Yao Bing's personality was much more decisive than Mao Jianhua. She turned around and left. After they left, Su Xiaoyan's little head quietly poked in. She was holding the breakfast she just bought. She asked curiously, "Brother Li, who were those two just now? Why did they look so bad?" Wang Zhong explained the matter and continued, "Those two are crazy. They want me to invest just because they're my old classmates. They just think that you're too honest." Su Xiaoyan also said unhappily, "But did you really write a love letter to that girl?" It seemed that Su Xiaoyan had heard the conversation in the office. Wang Zhong nodded and said, "Yeah, it's all in the past. What's wrong?" "Nothing." Although Su Xiaoyan said that, she was still a little jealous. "Alright, Xiaoyan, go do your work. Recently a new building opened. You have to get the people to hurry up and strive for a record sales this month." "Alright, I'll go do it." After a busy day in the afternoon, when Wang Zhong was about to get off work, he suddenly received a call from Yao Bing. "Li Tu, do you have time for a meal? I have an appointment with a few classmates." This Yao Bing still didn't give up. Wang Zhong was completely speechless. He now had a rough idea of how the original Li Tuqian was cheated out of his money. Under the bombardment of these students, there were indeed very few people who could withstand it. He originally wanted to refuse, but after thinking about it, he still had to take revenge on those who looked down on him in this life. So just hiding was not enough. "Alright, I'll accept her invitation. I'll let her and Chen Jiqiang have a taste of defeat." 7:30 in the evening. Wang Zhong and Su Xiaoyan talked about something. Then, he drove his $1 million luxury car to the entrance of a 5-star restaurant. He got out of the car, adjusted his suit that cost a few thousand yuan, and entered the restaurant. Here, unexpectedly, Yao Bing had been waiting for a long time. To Wang Zhong's surprise, she was the only one who came at night. "Yao Bing, didn't you say you called a few classmates?" Wang Zhong asked. "I suddenly feel that it's better for the two of us to talk about some things." Wang Zhong nodded. "All right." He followed Yao Bing to an elegant private room. At this time, the waiter came in and opened the red wine for them. After drinking a mouthful of wine, Yao Bing said, "Li Tu, how did you get so rich?" "I inherited it." "Why?" Wang Zhong didn't have the intention to hide this. "Inherited it? Then you're quite lucky." Yao Bing smiled bitterly and said slowly, "Do you know how hard Jiqiang worked? Fine, here it comes again. He really couldn't figure out how hard people worked. What does it have to do with him? There are so many hardworking people in this world. Do I have to pay for those people? I remember when Jiqiang was in school, his girlfriend was someone else. Why did it change to you?" Wang Zhong remembered from Li Tu's memory that Jiqiang's girlfriend at that time had a face full of pockmarks. She was so ugly that it was scary. However, her family was quite well off. Therefore, Jiqiang had a good life. His pocket money was given by that girl. For some reason after graduation, Jiqiang and that ugly girl broke up. Then he hooked up with Yao Bing. Yao Bing said, "That girl forced Jiqiang to accompany her. But Jiqiang is an ambitious person. He's so outstanding. Why would he abandon his career to accompany her? Seems like you know Jiqiang well." "Of course, but talented people in this world are destined to be buried. Jiqiang likes me very much, and we both plan to get married. But do you know my mother forced him to buy a car and a house? He's just a fresh graduate. How can he afford it?" Wang Zhong was speechless. He graduated quite a while ago, right? The original Li Tu had been working for a few years. How did he become a fresh graduate? However, Yao Bing did not answer. She continued, "Jiqiang is under a lot of pressure. For me, he has been working hard." Suddenly, she raised her head and looked at Wang Zhong. "Li Tu, you liked me when you were in school, right?" Yeah, what's wrong?" Wang Zhong did not refute. After all, Yao Bing was an ice beauty. Who wouldn't like her? Those who said they didn't like her were just pretending. As expected, Yao Bing seemed to have seen through Wang Zhong. "I knew it. I remember that you often peeked at me and wrote me such a mushy love letter. You left the deepest impression on me. I understand now. You purposely didn't invest in Jiqiang to get back at me. Ah! Wang Zhong was stunned. Why did she have the same thoughts as Mao Jianhua? It seemed like he could not clear his name. Li Tu, we are all grown up. We should let go of the past. What you are doing is wrong. You are attacking a rising star. Do you know that? Yao Bing was agitated. She really loved Jiqiang. She thought that he was ambitious and talented. In order to encourage him, she rejected every time Jiqiang wanted to be intimate with her. She felt that Jiqiang would be addicted to her and affect his work. So, she said that when they got married, she would give him her most precious thing. Jiqiang really agreed. But she did not expect Jiqiang's work to be so difficult that she had to come personally to ask for investment. Forget it. If I knew you were so stupid, I wouldn't have come. Wang Zhong got up and prepared to leave. Li Tu, tell me, what are your conditions? Chapter 570. Li Tu, tell me, what are your conditions? Yao Bing lit up a cigarette and said arrogantly, Li Tu, as long as your conditions are suitable, I will agree. If you help Jiqiang, I will thank you even more. Wang Zhong smiled. Even now Yao Bing was still so arrogant. Originally, Wang Zhong had planned to ignore Yao Bing after the meal. However, he did not plan to do so now. Wasn't she very arrogant? Then, he would ruthlessly trample on her dignity. Wang Zhong thought that it would be interesting. Conditions, right? Sure. Wang Zhong pressed the service bell in the room. Soon, a waiter came in and asked, Sir, how can I help you? Wang Zhong said, 3 more bottles of red wine. Wang Zhong pointed to the wine on the table, implying that they should have the same wine. Yao Bing's face changed. This Li Tu wanted to get her drunk. Originally, she dared to go alone because she thought that Li Tu was an honest man. Drinking with him wouldn't be a problem, but she didn't expect it to be like this. When the wine was served, Wang Zhong said, Didn't you say your conditions? My condition is that you drink all these bottles of wine. If you can, I will believe in your determination. You want to get me drunk? Wang Zhong shrugged and didn't deny it. Forget it if you don't dare. Yao Bing gritted her teeth. Suddenly she laughed. Okay, but don't regret it. If you regret it, it means that you are a good-for-nothing who goes back on your words. A real man never goes back on his word. Okay. At this moment, Yao Bing felt that this was the only way. If she didn't drink, she wouldn't have the chance to get the investment. Of course, the reason why she agreed to Wang Zhong's request was because she was confident. She came here this time with a trump card. Gulp gulp. The red wine tasted good for the first time. But as she drank, her throat got hotter and hotter, especially her stomach, which felt uncomfortable. It was just 1 bottle. But Yao Bing felt bloated and wanted to vomit. Don't just drink, I didn't say you can't eat. Wang Zhong said. All right then. Yao Bing took a deep breath. It just so happened that she wanted to rest for a while to relieve the uncomfortable feeling in her stomach. Wang Zhong sipped a mouthful of wine. He felt very comfortable in his heart. The after effect of this wine was very strong. Let's see what Yao Bing can do now. At this moment, he was already thinking of how to deal with Yao Bing. Gulp gulp. Yao Bing started drinking again. Ooh. She exhaled, reeking of alcohol. However, her expression was much more complacent. There was only 1 bottle of wine left, and she would be able to finish it soon. At that time, she would see what Li Tu would say. Yao Bing continued to eat, but what made her frown was that she felt more and more dizzy. How did the after effects come so quickly? Yao Bing thought uncomfortably. The Wang Zhong in front of her had suddenly become 2. The 2 of them kept overlapping, and her ears were buzzing. Yao Bing continued drinking. Wang Zhong raised his glass and said, Yes, drink, drink. Yao Bing shook her head. She still wanted to drink another bottle. Although she was drunk, she came prepared. Gurgle, gurgle. Yao Bing started drinking again. Finally, she finished 3 bottles of wine. I'm done. Oh, is that so? But there's still half a bottle on the table. Wang Zhong pointed at the bottle of wine and said, I said to drink all of it. There's still more on the table. You didn't make it clear. Then I don't care. If you can't drink, then forget it. I'm leaving. Wait, I'll drink, okay? Yao Bing's heart was about to collapse. At this moment, Her image was very different from the cold beauty she used to be. She was more like a female alcoholic. Just as she was about to pick up the bottle, Yao Bing could not take it anymore. She shook her head and could not hold on any longer. All right, I'll help you to rest. Wang Zhong got up and was about to pick up the corpse. To his surprise, the door was suddenly pushed open. A girl with dyed blonde hair walked in. Lin Qian. Wang Zhong recognized this girl. She was also a classmate. Back then, she was Yao Bing's best friend. After graduation, both of them stayed in the same city, so their relationship was still good. Wang Zhong did not expect that Yao Bing still had a backup plan. Once she was drunk, Lin Qian would appear. Li Tu, what are you doing? You scumbag. How dare you do this to Yao Bing? Hey! Wang Zhong sat on the floor calmly and looked at the angry Lin Qian. Excuse me, what happened to me? You deliberately made Yao Bing drunk. Sister, she wanted to drink, okay? Did you see me force her with a knife or point a gun at her? You. Lin Qian realized that her accusation was not right. She quickly changed her words. Anyway, she's drunk now. Are you going to take her to do something bad? Hee. Wang Zhong smiled faintly. He sat on the chair and glanced at Lin Qian. Lin Qian was wearing a floral dress and looked pretty. The bag on her shoulder was also an international brand. One bag would cost at least a few thousand. But in his impression, this Lin Qian's family was not very well off. So why did she buy these branded things? Vanity. Thinking of this, Wang Zhong was happy. He took his black leather bag and threw out a stack of bills without looking. Leave now. These are all yours. Lin Qian was stunned. Just as Wang Zhong had guessed, Lin Qian was indeed a girl with a strong sense of vanity. She liked branded goods and liked a romantic life. She liked cars and houses even more. But her family was not very well off, and her salary was not high. So the branded goods she bought were all fake. Even so, in order to buy these accessories, she spent all her salary and owed a lot of credit cards. And now, the stack of bills in front of her was at least 10,000. She was indeed tempted. People were like this. Under the temptation of money, she could sell her best friends and sisters. As long as there was money, she could sell Yao Bing. Don't worry, I won't say anything to Yao Bing. I will say that you helped her drink. Then you will sleep here alone. Wang Zhong continued. Then what are you going to do to Yao Bing? I am just going to help her into the room and chat with her. Why? You don't believe me? I'm a law-abiding businessman. I won't do anything illegal. If you have any difficulties in the future, you can look for me. More friends means more options. You should understand this. Wang Zhong pushed the money back to him and gave him a name card. Oh. At this moment, Lin Qian had already taken the money and business card on the table without hesitation. Then, she drank the red wine on the table and went to sleep. This woman knows what's good for her. Wang Zhong smiled and helped Yao Bing up before heading upstairs. Let's get a room. When they arrived at the front desk of the hotel on the second floor, the receptionist saw Wang Zhong's posture and knew that Wang Zhong was going to do something bad. But they had seen this kind of thing many times and felt that it was normal. One was greedy for money, and the other was greedy for sex. When they arrived at the room, Wang Zhong threw Yao Bing aside. But he did not do anything bad. These days, it was very troublesome to do this kind of thing. Wang Zhong certainly would not do anything reckless. He did this because he wanted to teach Yao Bing a lesson. After tasting her soft parts, Wang Zhong called the receptionist. The whole process took about 3 minutes. Take off her clothes and let her sleep. Wang Zhong handed over a few $100 bills as a tip as he instructed. Thank you, boss. The receptionist was overjoyed. The next day, Wang Zhong came to the office for work. He was curious. It was already 8 o'clock. Why didn't Yao Bing call him? Logically speaking, she should be very angry. Just as he was thinking, the call came. Li Tu, what do you mean? Yao Bing drank too much last night, so she only woke up now. When she woke up, she realized that she was wearing a bathrobe and was naked. She burst into tears. I want to call the police. Li Tu, you're too much. You scumbag. Are you done? Wang Zhong said helplessly. If you're done, then it's my turn to talk. What else do you have to say? Don't tell me that you didn't touch me last night and left after bringing me here. Wang Zhong was surprised. How did you know? You still want to lie to me at this time? Yao Bing was in despair. As the goddess of her school, she knew how attractive she was to men. She was like a firefly in the dark, so bright. When she walked on the street, the number of people who turned to look at her was the highest. Especially during her university days, many people begged to pursue her. But at that time, she was focused on her studies and did not fall in love. Until now she had kept her chastity. But now Li Tu took advantage of her when she was drunk, and, sob. I'm not talking nonsense. If you don't believe me, you can check the CCTV and ask the front desk. Oh right, she was the one who changed your clothes. I even gave her a tip of $500. You owe me that money. I owe you my ass. She was a proud goddess. But this Li Tu wanted to ask her for money. Wasn't it natural for him to take care of her? This man was too ungentlemanly. Yao Bing complained in her heart. But she also realized that she was not violated. It was simple. She could feel that she was still the original. But she was sure that Li Tu must have taken advantage of her. Because she found 5 finger marks on her soft part. Because he pressed down hard, there were red marks. But this point alone was not enough to accuse Li Tu of anything. She couldn't possibly tell the police that this guy pinched her. The police would sit on the bed with notes and say, "Continue, and then?" And then there would be no more. She had no choice but to swallow this grievance. Then, she called Lin Qian immediately. "Lin Qian, what happened last night? Didn't you say that you would protect me outside and come in when I was drunk?" Lin Qian could tell that Yao Bing did not know that Wang Zhong had given her money. She explained according to Wang Zhong's words. After that, Li Tu said that he met a classmate and wanted to have a drink with me. I got drunk too. Chapter 571. What? You're drunk too? Yao Bing was speechless. How did you get drunk? When I came in, Li Tu was supporting you, but you still wanted to drink. I thought you were fine, so Li Tu asked me to sit down. I saw that he was very honest, so I drank a few glasses. Lin Qian was very good at lying. While she was talking, she was browsing branded women's watches on the computer. She had picked up more than 10,000 yuan. So of course she had to spend it. Yao Bing, are you okay? I drank too much last night and forgot what happened. I don't even know how I got home. Lin Qian said again. You sigh, forget it. It's okay. After all, being taken advantage of was not a good thing. So Yao Bing did not say anything. Then she looked at the bed. After confirming that there was no red, she sighed in relief. Fortunately, she was still the original. But as a proud goddess, she would not let it go so easily. At this moment, she hated Wang Zhong and decided to take revenge on him. Mr. Li, it's me, Su Biao. I'm with Mr. Zhang. Let's go wash our feet together. That afternoon, Wang Zhong was looking at the stock market when he received a call from Su Biao and Zhang Kaitai. Wang Zhong knew that these two were up to no good. He wanted to deal with them, but he was busy recently and rejected Su Biao's invitation several times. This time, he still didn't want to go, so he said pretentiously, "Oh, Mr. Su, I'm busy in the company. You don't know how busy the business is after I took over this place. I just sold 3 more villas, which made me earn more than 1 million yuan. Sai, I want to hire more people." Zhang Kaitai was very jealous. This place was originally his place, but all the money was earned by others. "Okay, Mr. Li. I'll look for you when you're done." After hanging up the phone, Wang Zhong transferred 20 million yuan to his stock market account. These few days, he used 100,000 yuan to play the stock market. Recently, he had his eyes on a stock that was very good and had the potential to rise. When the stock market opened, Wang Zhong bought 2 million yuan. Of course, he would not buy all of them. He had to play with stocks slowly. Soon, the numbers in front of him rose. In just half an hour, he had earned a small sum of money. This made Wang Zhong feel good. Brotherly. Su Xiaoyan walked in with a small piece of cake. There's a new cake shop up ahead. I actually became the 99th lucky customer. They gave me this cake. I couldn't bear to eat it, so I brought it for you. Su Xiaoyan was quite a likable woman. Wang Zhong opened his mouth and said, "Let me try." Su Xiaoyan fed Wang Zhong a mouthful and looked at the computer curiously. You play with stocks? Damn, you transferred 20 million yuan to my account. Su Xiaoyan was dazzled by the amount of zeros in her account. Yeah, I want to earn more. Su Xiaoyan frowned and said, Brotherly, it's better not to play with this thing. What happened? I have a cousin who is in this business. He has a huge debt, and his wife and children have run away. He still wants to borrow money from me every day. How can I lend him money? Even if I lend him money, he still wants to invest in stocks. Then it seems that your cousin is very unlucky. Isn't that so? For example, this time, he said that he has insider information and wants to borrow 100,000 yuan from me. God, I'm not going to lend him. He hasn't even returned the tens of thousands from before. My parents are so angry that they want me to ignore him. Wang Zhong thought for a while and said, How about this? Can you help me ask him which stock he bought? There's no need to ask. When he borrowed the money, he told me that it's Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals. He said that an employee of Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals revealed in a group that Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals is selling fake medicine. Not many people know about this yet. He said that when the time comes, Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals stock price will definitely plummet. Oh? Wang Zhong went online to search for Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals. Sure enough, he found some news on the internet. According to related sources, Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals had sold a batch of fake cold medicine. Now the Quality Supervision Bureau had gone to Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals to investigate. Then, he looked at the stock market. Sure enough, Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals was showing a downward trend. Xiaoyan, is your cousin usually very unlucky? Wang Zhong asked. Yes, he was. In fact, he used to be very lucky. Not only was he a top student, but his parents were also in business. However, after he graduated, he got into a car accident and killed an old lady. After that, he had to pay more than 1 million yuan to get out of jail. But later he was unlucky. His parents suddenly fell ill. Originally, they wanted to give him the business, but he thought that the stock market could make money, so he packaged the business and sold it. He didn't expect that he didn't make any money, and instead lost a lot of money. Within a few years his parents died, and he has been unlucky until now. Well, he's really unlucky. Looking at Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals stock price falling, Wang Zhong suddenly wanted to take a gamble. Bet on luck. Since Su Xiaoyan's cousin's luck was so bad, then he would bet that he would continue to lose. Although there was a lot of unfavorable news about Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals, Wang Zhong still wanted to try. So he did not hesitate to buy 5 million yuan of Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals stock price. Oh brotherly, you bought the wrong stock. Why did it rise? After seeing Wang Zhong's operation, Su Xiaoyan was so anxious that she wanted to jump out. This was all money spent in vain, and it made her heart ache. Don't worry, it's just a loss. Wang Zhong was very satisfied with Su Xiaoyan's appearance. This kind of performance showed that Su Xiaoyan was sincere in treating him well. She wasn't like those girls who only knew how to bootlick and didn't care about the benefits of men, only caring about themselves. There was a fundamental difference. Brotherly, why did you do this? Su Xiaoyan was so anxious that she cried. She now blamed herself for talking too much. She shouldn't have mentioned this matter. I was thinking that since your cousin is so unlucky, then he might lose if he bought this. So, I'll go against him and see if I can make a lot of money. Then you're not betting on luck. I'm betting on luck. But how do you know that your luck will be good? Wang Zhong smiled faintly. He was a person with a system. Would a person with a system have bad luck? This was like a billionaire's son betting on luck with an ordinary person. It could be said that the ordinary person lost from the beginning, because no matter how the billionaire's son lost, he was still the billionaire's heir. The stock price on the screen was still falling. In the blink of an eye, it had fallen by hundreds of thousands. However, Wang Zhong wasn't in a hurry. He still had a lot of money, and there was still a chance for him to make a comeback. At noon, this Big Barrel Pharmaceuticals stock price fell by 8%. It was about to hit the limit. Fortunately, the market was closed at noon. Su Xiaoyan bought 2 lunchboxes and walked in with a bitter expression. Wang Zhong looked at the 2 lunchboxes. There were vegetables and radishes, and then there was seaweed soup. Damn Su Xiaoyan, you're on a diet recently. Why are you eating so bland? Wang Zhong was speechless. We've already lost so much. Why should we eat so bland? Ugh. Wang Zhong didn't expect Su Xiaoyan's reason to be this. However, at this time, Wang Zhong found another piece of news about Big Barrel Pharmaceutical. Big Barrel Pharmaceutical responded to the fake medicine incident. The so-called fake medicine circulating on the internet was fake news, concocted by intentional people. The purpose was to suppress Big Barrel Pharmaceutical's business. Currently, Big Barrel Pharmaceutical had called the police. In addition, Big Barrel Pharmaceutical and a well-known foreign pharmaceutical company cooperated to jointly develop a medicine to treat heart disease. The price of the medicine dropped by 50%. Currently, their business was booming. Seeing this news, Su Xiaoyan was dumbfounded. On the other hand, Wang Zhong laughed heartily. He was even more convinced of the concept of luck. Brotherly this. What does this news mean? What does it mean? Hee, it means we're rich. Xiaoyan, why don't you go buy some delicious food? We'll have more dishes for lunch. Yes, sir. Su Xiaoyan ran out with a smile. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the stock market opened. Sure enough, the price rose a lot as soon as the market opened. Then it began to turn red. In the blink of an eye, it rose by about 5%. About half an hour later, Big Barrel's shares reached its upper limit. For a time, the comment section of Big Barrel's shares was filled with wails. Many people received the previous fake news. Many people were pessimistic, causing them to lose a lot. Wang Zhong became one of the few people who made a lot of money. Xiaoyan, fortunately you provided me with this news. Tell me, what do you want as a gift? Wang Zhong waved his hand and said with a smile. Forget it. I just want you to accompany me often. Su Xiaoyan was indeed very sensible. She knew that it was okay to be coquettish with a man occasionally, but if you want a man to be really good to you, you have to think about the man. So she never asked for anything. However, Wang Zhong still bought her a diamond necklace online. Thank you, brotherly. Su Xiaoyan happily kissed Wang Zhong on the face. Presidently, not bad. You're still dating during work hours. At this time, a discordant voice came. Wang Zhong frowned. No one would like to be disturbed when they were being intimate with a woman. Su Biao Zhang Kaitai, don't you know how to knock before entering? Wang Zhong said coldly. Io, presidently, look at my brain. Su Biao deliberately patted his head. I'm a rough person. I forgot. At this time, the receptionist ran in and frowned. Presidently, these two people must come in. I said no, but they must break in. It's okay. You can go out first. Wang Zhong said indifferently, and then let Su Xiaoyan go out. Su Xiaoyan nodded obediently and walked out. Zhang Kaitai's eyes were red. This was originally his place. Su Xiaoyan was his employee. If this place was still his, he might be able to get Su Xiaoyan. But it was too late to say anything now. Presidently, your girlfriend is too beautiful. No wonder she doesn't want to go out with us to wash her feet. Su Biao laughed. Wang Zhong leaned on the chair and asked, President Su, you have such a wide network. You still like these little girls. Haha, I like beautiful girls. President Su, President Zhang. What are you looking for me for today? Su Biao laughed and said, I have an appointment with a few bosses for a meal. It happens to be nearby. I wanted to see if President Li has time. Chapter 572. If that's the case, I'm free. Wang Zhong agreed without hesitation. These two people looked for him again and again. It seemed that they were determined to persevere. In that case, he would let them suffer a big loss. Su Biao was still thinking about how to persuade Wang Zhong to eat together. He didn't expect him to agree so easily. He was immediately overjoyed. Then let's go. We have to drink a few more cups later. He went to a restaurant with these two people. There were already 5 or 6 bosses sitting inside. Everyone, let me introduce you to Director Li. The biggest intermediary company in front is opened by him. Su Biao praised Wang Zhong to the sky with a few words. The others politely invited Wang Zhong to take a seat. After 3 rounds of drinking, the people at the table started to talk about making money. Brother Biao, thanks to the game you introduced to me, I made a lot of money. How about this? I'll set up a table tomorrow. Let's drink together. Haha, we're all brothers. It's good that you make money. This Bijala is really interesting. The rules are so simple. We all made money. Zhang Kaitai said against his will. After that he asked Wang Zhong. Directorly, have you played it before? Gambling, I don't know. Wang Zhong laughed. Then you have to try. We made money playing this. So it's like this, but I don't know. I don't even know how to play this. Wang Zhong said. How about this? After dinner, Brother Biao and I will teach you. We are all apprentices of Brother Biao. We made a lot of money. Wang Zhong pretended to be simple and honest. Forget it. I'm not short of money. Just a few days ago, my dad gave me 20 million as pocket money. 20 million as pocket money. Zhang Kaitai was shocked. Well, you don't believe it. Wang Zhong took out the stock trading software on his phone and said, You see, after the money was given to me, I put it in the stock market. Anyway, I bought it for fun. Actually, I don't want it either because I don't lack money. So forget about this Bijala. Ahem, how about this? Since we are going to have fun later, directorly, let's have a look together. Anyway, it's just a look. It's fine. Su Biao shouted. Wang Zhong thought for a while and said helplessly. Since Big Brother Biao said so, then fine, I'll take a look. After Wang Zhong finished speaking, the few people present all smiled slyly at each other. Wang Zhong noticed all these micro-expressions. He laughed in his heart. It seemed like these people were all here to support him. He had to earn some money before leaving. After finishing their meal, Su Biao led Wang Zhong and Zhang Kaitai to his neighborhood. After entering his house, Su Biao turned on his computer. Directorly, this is it. Pointing at the computer screen, Su Biao smiled. My luck hasn't been good recently, and I've earned a little over 1 million. Not bad, but isn't that too little? Wang Zhong said. It's fine. After all, it's only for a day. Zhang Kaitai helped. Wang Zhong nodded. Well, it looks good. How do I play? I'll teach you. Seeing that Wang Zhong was interested, Su Biao became even more enthusiastic. Then Su Biao began to explain. If the banker won, the banker would take 5% of the profits. For example, 5 out of 100 yuan. Every round, the banker would be dealt 2 cards. Then, the 2 cards would be compared. The rules were easy to understand, and it was easy to learn. Directorly, there is actually a pattern. Su Biao said. Oh, if there is a pattern, then wouldn't it be easy for the person who opened this platform to win? Of course. Otherwise, how do you think we earn money? Su Biao smiled. His goal was to make Wang Zhong jealous of their way of earning money. It's a little unreliable. If it was really that easy to win money, then wouldn't everyone be earning money? If he wanted to perform, of course, he couldn't do it directly. Otherwise, the other party wouldn't be stupid and would be able to tell. Su Biao smiled. Others are stupid. I studied this pattern for a long time before I figured it out. But if that's the case, why are you teaching me? Wang Zhong asked. Because we are brothers, right? Our appetites and temperaments are the same. Good brothers. Yes, good brothers. Zhang Kaitai couldn't help but nod. He felt bitter in his heart. Back then, Su Biao had fooled him like this. So much so that he really fooled him and treated him as a good brother. Well, good brothers. Let's play then. Wang Zhong rubbed his hands and said. But if I lose, I won't play anymore. Don't worry, you won't lose. Zhang Kaitai smiled. With him secretly manipulating things, of course, he wouldn't let Wang Zhong lose. After all, Wang Zhong wasn't addicted to it yet. When he got used to winning big, it would be time to kill a pig. I'll play a few rounds first. Su Biao had around 500,000 in his account. He started to place his bets while pretending to explain to Wang Zhong. This thing is actually similar to stocks. As long as you study the patterns within, I guarantee that you will be able to win money. As soon as he finished speaking, Su Biao won another 50,000. Ha, I won 50,000 easily. Directorly, how is it? It's really good. It's so easy to win. Why don't I play a few rounds? Wang Zhong said. Sure, I'll take you flying. Su Biao smiled and said. How much do you want to play? Let's start with 5 million. Su Biao and Zhang Kaitai were shocked. They knew that Wang Zhong was a nouveau riche, But they didn't expect him to take out 5 million to play. This kind of courage wasn't something an ordinary person could do. That's fine. Zhang Kaitai, register an account for Brotherly first. I'm going to the toilet. Okay. Zhang Kaitai sat in his seat. After Su Biao ran to the toilet, the first thing he did was to make a phone call. Hey boss, that kid took the bait. Well, now he's at my house and he's taking out 5 million. But this kid doesn't seem to be interested in this. I'm worried that he won't take the bait if he loses too quickly. What's the hurry? Let him have some water first. Well, I'll send a message later and let him win some money. Okay, how much do you think is appropriate for him to win? This. To be honest, when I had dinner with him today, he said that his father gave him 2 million as pocket money each time. It seems that he doesn't lack money at all. I'm afraid that he won't be addicted to this little bit of sweetness. He's that rich? It's true. He has 20 million in his stock account. We saw it with our own eyes. Well, Su Biao, it seems that you've caught a big fish. Very good. Su Biao quickly said. Then boss, how do we trick him? Let him have some water first. Let him have tens of millions each time. After 2 or 3 times, kill him. Got it, boss. After hanging up the phone, Su Biao walked out. I say, Brother Biao, I've already applied for my account, Wang Zhong said. It's coming, it's coming. Su Biao laughed. Is it okay to transfer the money in? Can I withdraw it? Of course. Okay then. Wang Zhong operated his phone and transferred 1 million according to the instructions in the account. The reason was that he wanted to have some fun first. Soon he started playing. After a few rounds, Wang Zhong bet according to Su Biao's instructions. Every time, Wang Zhong bet 500,000. After playing for half an hour, there were wins and losses, but of course he won a lot. After all, Su Biao would secretly send a message every round, so he always had control of the outcome. Half an hour later, Wang Zhong had won more than 3 million. This was done according to Su Biao's suggestion to let Wang Zhong have some water. Zhang Kaitai was jealous when he saw this. Director Li, congratulations. You've won so much. Haha, Brother Biao, thank you for winning money for me. After a few rounds, Wang Zhong noticed that when Su Biao won, he put his hand into his pocket. When he lost, he was motionless. He guessed that Su Biao was secretly sending a message. If he wanted Wang Zhong to win, Su Biao would secretly send a message out and let the people behind the scenes let him win. After seeing this, Wang Zhong knew what was going on. He deliberately bet another 500,000 and said, It's about time. Let's play one last round. Because it was a small amount of money, Su Biao deliberately sent a message to the people behind the scenes. This time, he would lose to Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong noticed Su Biao's little movements. He suddenly said, Since I've won so much, let's go all in. Adding the money he won, it was almost 4 million. He bet it all. Director Li, you bet it all. Su Biao frowned. He had already sent the message to Wang Zhong. If Wang Zhong won this round, it would be a huge loss to his boss. It was obviously too late now. He decided to let Wang Zhong play a few more rounds and let him lose a little to recover his boss's loss. I won. Wang Zhong laughed when he saw the figure of almost 9 million on the account. Yes, you won. Director Li, continue playing. You're in luck now. Wang Zhong waved his hand and said, Forget it. I have something to do later. I'm not playing. What's the hurry? Let's continue tomorrow. All right then. Su Biao sighed in his heart. He could only lure Wang Zhong tomorrow. Then, he saw Wang Zhong withdrawing the money, and even said that he could try to withdraw it. This is a legitimate company. Of course, the money in the account can be withdrawn. Su Biao's original intention was to stop Wang Zhong from withdrawing the money. After all, as long as there was money in the account, he could guarantee that Wang Zhong would continue to play. The initiative was in his hands. But withdrawing the money was not necessarily the case. Let's try. I'm not at ease with so much money. What if I can't withdraw it? Wang Zhong's reason was very normal. Su Biao could not say anything more. After leaving the place, Wang Zhong felt very good. He had easily swindled almost 10 million. Now, he was not sure how many times Su Biao would go easy on him. Normal people would go easy on him 2 or 3 times. 3 or 4 times. But his money was too big. Wang Zhong was not sure how much the people behind Su Biao would go easy on him. If he was killed the next time he played, it would not be good. Well, I'll use 1 million to test the waters next time. I won't play anymore. After making up his mind, Wang Zhong received a phone call. What? My classmate is looking for me again. Her name is Yao Bing. Wang Zhong was speechless. This Yao Bing was really haunting him. He was really worried that Yao Bing would come to the shop and cause trouble. He was not afraid. He was just embarrassed. But he felt that Yao Bing would not do that. After all, it was very embarrassing for a young girl to do that. Chapter 573. Brotherly, do you want me to chase her away? This woman is too arrogant. She just sat in your office and said she wouldn't come back until she saw you. Su Xiaoyan said angrily. In her heart, she had already treated Wang Zhong as her own. She couldn't accept that a beautiful woman was so domineering towards Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong was worried that Yao Bing would spout nonsense in anger. So he said, let her sit for a while. I'll be back soon. All right then. Since Wang Zhong had said so, Su Xiaoyan could only agree. Miss, please get me a cup of coffee. Thank you. Yao Bing sat on the sofa in Wang Zhong's office and said to Su Xiaoyan, sorry, we don't have coffee here. If you want to wait for Director Li, then wait. I'll go back to work. Su Xiaoyan turned around and walked out. How rude. Sure enough, wherever the scumbag is, the employees will be in a mess. Yao Bing snorted. At this moment, she glanced at Wang Zhong's computer from the corner of her eye and noticed that the stock interface was still on. I didn't expect this guy to play with stocks. Yao Bing muttered. Suddenly she was stunned, because on the stock interface it showed more than 20 million. This guy is really rich. The Big Barrel pharmaceutical that he bought actually hit the upper limit today. Yao Bing was very angry because in her view, Wang Zhong was her enemy now. Her enemy earning so much money made her very uncomfortable. At this moment, a thought of revenge appeared in her mind. If this money was lost, this guy would be very sad, right? However, she didn't dare to do it at this moment, because footsteps were heard outside the door. Wang Zhong pushed the door open and glanced at Yao Bing calmly. Miss Yao, our matter is over. Why are you still looking for me? Yao Bing had already thought of an excuse. She snorted. Of course I'm looking for you because of what happened last night. Oh, you're here to return the 500 yuan room fee. Return your head. You took advantage of me so much, but you didn't fulfill your promise. Promise. Wang Zhong understood that Yao Bing was talking about their bet. At that time, he said that as long as she drank all the red wine on the table, he would agree to invest. Oh, you mean this? It's a pity that you didn't finish it. Wang Zhong shrugged, expressing his helplessness. What a joke. Even if he drank all of it, he would not invest. Did they really think that he was stupid? You. Yao Bing glared at Wang Zhong. You really tricked me. Miss Yao, you have to be reasonable. Our bet is that you drank all the red wine, but you still have half a bottle left. Humph, I remember that I finished it. Yao Bing said unforgiving. Then there's no other way. You can sue me in court. Li Tu, are you really going to do this? You've already taken advantage of me, and you're still bullying me. As she spoke, Yao Bing's tears were about to fall. Brotherly, are you all right? Su Xiaoyan walked in and gave Yao Bing a hostile look. She was very unhappy that Yao Bing and Wang Zhong were in the same room. Yeah, I'm fine. Wang Zhong nodded and said to Yao Bing, if there's nothing else, please leave. Yao Bing stared at Wang Zhong. All right, since you said so, I won't bother you in the future. Can you treat me to a meal before I leave? No need for my boss to treat you. I'll treat you. Let's go. Su Xiaoyan said. All right then. Let's eat together. Wang Zhong did not know what Yao Bing was up to. Since he was hungry, he got up and left. The three of them left the room. Yao Bing suddenly said, I left my phone in your office. Without waiting for Wang Zhong's reply, Yao Bing returned to the office and sat in front of Wang Zhong's desk. The stock market would close in 10 minutes. Yao Bing stared at the data on the computer and snorted. Li Tu, since you're so heartless, don't blame me for being unjust. Yao Bing had also dabbled in stocks before. She thought of a stock company called Mingzhou Enterprise. This company had not been doing well recently. It was on the verge of bankruptcy and had fallen for more than 10 days. There were rumors that it was about to be delisted. Li Tu, I'll buy this stock for you. Let's see how you're going to die. In one breath, Yao Bing used the remaining 15 million renminbi to buy this stock that had already fallen to the limit. I'll wait for you to lose all your money. After that, she walked out of the office immediately. Let's go. Of course, Yao Bing could not leave now. What if Li Tu entered the office and saw what was on the computer? Hence, she purposely found an expensive restaurant and ordered a lot of dishes. She thought to herself, I'll let you spend more money. Brother Li, you went with them today. What happened after? Su Xiaoyan asked worriedly while eating. I made a small profit. I won about 10 million. Yao Bing, who was eating, was so angry that she almost vomited blood. Don't play with them in the future. I understand. I'm full. Yao Bing put down her chopsticks. She did not want to eat in the first place. She was just stalling for time. Yao Bing did not stand on ceremony. She turned and left. Why is that girl always picking on you? She's so annoying. Su Xiaoyan could not help but say. Don't worry about her. Help me look around for good investment projects. You want to invest again? Yes. What do you think? Su Xiaoyan's simple words in the morning had made him hit the upper limit. What did it mean? Su Xiaoyan was lucky. According to luck, it would be good to let Su Xiaoyan look for good investment projects again. Alright, I'll give it a try. Su Xiaoyan was excited. Let her look for investment projects. What did it mean? It meant that he trusted her. The next day, Wang Zhong was stunned when he opened the stock software. Other than the 5 million he used to buy Datong Pharmaceutical, the remaining 15 million was all used to buy companies in Mingzhou. Damn, what's going on? Wang Zhong was so anxious that his eyes almost popped out. He clearly remembered that he did not touch the money in the software. Who bought it? Someone touched my computer. Wang Zhong's first thought was Su Xiaoyan. Usually, only Su Xiaoyan would enter his office. Others would need Su Xiaoyan's permission to enter. However, Su Xiaoyan was a sensible girl. She would not do that, and she had no reason to do so. Suddenly he thought of Yao Bing. Yesterday, Yao Bing said that she wanted to eat for no reason. After that, she came in to take her phone. She must have done it then. It was too late to say anything now. Even if he questioned Yao Bing, she would not admit anything. Gritting his teeth, Wang Zhong could only search for information about this Mingzhou company online. When he opened the information, Wang Zhong was shocked. This company was on the verge of bankruptcy. Therefore, it had fallen a lot in the past few days. Several stock market experts predicted that this Mingzhou company would be delisted. Once this kind of company was delisted, the shareholders would lose everything they had invested. Needless to say, Wang Zhong's 15 million would definitely go down the drain. Good Yao Bing. Looks like I have to punish you. You don't know how powerful I am. Wang Zhong snorted. The market would open in 10 minutes. He had to sell the shares while the situation was not right. The problem was, he was afraid that he would not be able to escape in time. This was the characteristic of this kind of rubbish stock. Once you entered the market, you would not be able to escape in time. Time passed by slowly. To Wang Zhong's surprise, the Mingzhou company's share price soared as soon as the market opened. What's going on? At home, Yao Bing, who was waiting for Wang Zhong to lose money, was stunned when she saw the Mingzhou company's share price soar. The Mingzhou company's share price had fallen like a dog. Why did it soar after she bought it? Most importantly, she did not buy it for herself. She bought it for her enemy. Didn't that mean that she did Wang Zhong a big favor? Wang Zhong had bought 15 million gold coins at the lowest price possible. Now that the price was about to reach its upper limit, Wang Zhong had made a huge profit of at least 1 million gold coins. She quickly turned on her computer and searched for the Mingzhou company's information. Only then did she find a big piece of news. The Mingzhou company was indeed on the verge of bankruptcy and was about to be delisted. However, it was unexpectedly acquired by a big international company. After the acquisition, the big international company did not announce it. Instead, they waited for the share price to fall. Then they bought it at a cheaper price. After that, they paid off the Mingzhou company's debt. After a series of operations, the Mingzhou company suddenly became a hot commodity in the stock market. Now many people wanted to buy it. However, there were not many who were lucky, because many people could not buy it. The share price rose too fast. In the blink of an eye, it had reached its upper limit. Now, all the stock market analysts were saying that the Mingzhou company's share price had fallen to a low of 1.8 yuan. This rise would definitely exceed the 20 yuan price at the peak. In other words, it would at least hit the upper limit several times. If that was the case, Yao Bing calculated that Wang Zhong had made at least 100 million. I just did it casually. How? How did he make so much money? Yao Bing grabbed her hair in pain. Ring ring ring, an urgent phone call rang. Yao Bing, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made so much money. Ha ha ha. The caller was naturally Wang Zhong. He knew that Yao Bing's intention was to make him lose a lot of money. However, he did not expect that he would make a lot of money. Therefore, Wang Zhong purposely made this call to provoke Yao Bing. Li Tu, I've made so much money for you. Shouldn't you thank me? Yao Bing gritted her teeth. Sure. You can continue to drink 4 bottles of red wine tonight. If you finish them, money is not a problem. Get lost. Yao Bing had suffered once. How could she suffer again? Then I'm sorry. However, the mole on your left side is quite pretty. Ha ha ha. What? Yao Bing was about to say something, but Wang Zhong had already hung up the phone. Hearing about the mole on her left side, Yao Bing's expression changed. There was indeed a mole on her left side. This guy really saw everything. Yao Bing wanted to cry but had no tears. Ring ring ring, another call came in. Yao Bing picked up the phone and scolded. Bastard! Why are you calling again? Bing Bing, it's me Jiqiang. What's wrong? My life begins with making my wife submissive. Chapter 574. Bing Bing, it's me Jiqiang. What happened? Chen Jiqiang asked curiously. Ah, Jiqiang, it's you. Yes, who made you so angry? Sigh, I'm speechless. It's that Li Tuesday. He didn't invest in you and he harassed me. Of course, Yao Bing wouldn't tell her boyfriend that she was taken advantage of. So she found an excuse. That bastard. I knew he wasn't a good person. He didn't invest in me because he was still thinking about you. How did you know? Yao Bing was surprised. Because I have evidence. I don't know how he got rich, but he used to live in the basement of Mao Jianhua's girlfriend. What, he lived in the basement? Yao Bing was shocked. Li Tu was the boss of a big company and could easily take out tens of millions, but he used to live in the basement. That's right. This kid is rich now. We even found his second-hand laptop in his basement. He must be rich now. He didn't even take away such a piece of junk. Guess what we saw on the laptop? Chen Jiqiang was pissed when he thought of the things on the laptop. What is it? The screensaver is your photos. They were all of you when you were in school. He collected a lot of your photos. Don't you think that's infuriating? Ugh. I can't believe he did that. Yao Bing felt weird. She didn't expect there to be a guy so obsessed with her in this world. But thinking about it, wasn't this normal? Her charm was really strong. Yao Bing was angry when she thought about it. Li Tu was so obsessed with her. But why did he like to bully her? Couldn't he help her? Thinking about it, Yao Bing felt that this might be hatred born from love. Let's not talk about that bastard. Bing Bing, I have good news. Someone has invested in me. What? Invested? Yao Bing was excited. Yes, it's true. It's a real estate tycoon in his 50s. This person has good taste. He could tell that my project is awesome at first glance. Chen Jiqiang said excitedly and continued. I've reached an agreement with him. He will invest about 80 million for me to complete the game. What? So much? Yao Bing was really shocked. That was 80 million yuan after all. Of course. He said that he was interested in my talent. Yes. I knew you would succeed. That's great. Did you get the money? Not yet. The boss said that he wouldn't give me so much money all at once. He wants me to complete the game first. As for the money, he'll give it to me after a while. Bing Bing, we've succeeded. We've earned tens of millions at once. Chen Jiqiang said happily. A sense of pride welled up in his heart. With so many classmates, who could earn so much money in such a short time? Except for Li Tu. But now Li Tu was nothing. At most, he only had around 10 million renminbi. Now that he was a shareholder of the game company, he would soon have 80 million renminbi. Once the game was listed, he would become a billionaire. Li Tu wasn't even enough to carry his shoes. Yeah, that's great. By the way, there's another piece of good news to tell you. Jianhua is getting married. Because of my investment, Yi Leiqian and her mother finally agreed to Jianhua's proposal. When is the wedding? Maybe in a few days. I'll ask Jianhua to invite Li Tuesday. What? Invite that guy? Why? Yao Bing couldn't understand. Li Tu didn't even help their old classmates. Why would he invite Li Tu? Chen Jiqiang explained. Didn't Li Tu look down on us? Didn't he say that my game was trash? Let's take this opportunity to show him what I'm capable of. I'm worth tens of millions now. How can Li Tu compare to me? Yao Bing wanted to say that she estimated Li Tu's net worth to be hundreds of millions. Not only that, she even managed to earn hundreds of millions with her manipulation. But she couldn't say these words. She didn't want to cause problems in their relationship. No, I can't wait. Anyway, Jianhua's bachelor party will be held in a few days. My old classmates will be there. I'll invite him for dinner. Isn't Li Tu awesome? I'll slap his face on the spot. Yao Bing felt that Chen Jiqiang was going overboard. Although she didn't like Li Tu, he had just received the investment. Wasn't it a bit too much for him to want to show off before the game was even successful? Yao Bing liked Chen Jiqiang because he was a top student. She liked his ability to work hard. She didn't like him to show off. But Yao Bing didn't say anything. She felt that Chen Jiqiang might be angered by Li Tuesday. Wang Zhong was in a good mood. It had been 3 days, and the shares Yao Bing bought for him had increased tremendously. It had reached its upper limit 3 times. Most importantly, the share price was around 20 renminbi at its peak. That's why there was still a lot of room for growth. Now no one could buy it. Since he had made money, there was no point for him to hold on to the money. Su Xiaoyan came in, and Wang Zhong smiled. Xiaoyan, do you want a present? Present? What present? Although Su Xiaoyan was embarrassed to accept it, she was still looking forward to it. It must be something good. How about a house? Ah, don't we have a villa? It's a gift for you. Wang Zhong smiled. In any case, he had spare cash on hand. Since he didn't have any projects to invest in, he planned to buy a house and invest in it. Although it was a gift, it was still his house. Really? Well, there's a house for sale in our neighborhood. You can contact the landlord. I'll buy it. Okay, I'll do it right away. Su Xiaoyan happily went to do it. Su Xiaoyan had just left when a call came in. She looked at the number and remembered it was Mao Jianhua's. Why is this guy calling me? Wang Zhong frowned. He had made it clear the last time that he would not invest. He thought for a while and picked up the call. Director Li, it's me, your old classmate Jianhua. Mao Jianhua said in a strange tone. I'm getting married in a few days. I'm having a bachelor party tonight. Let's have dinner together. Sure, what time? If he didn't go, it would seem like he was afraid of something. So Wang Zhong agreed. I'll send you the location and time later. Be there or be square. Mao Jianhua was extremely pleased with himself. Originally, he hadn't planned to call Wang Zhong over tonight. However, Chen Jiqiang had said that he would call Wang Zhong over and let him see their achievements. When the time came, he would tell his classmates about Wang Zhong's actions. He didn't invest, but someone else did. What did it mean? It meant that Wang Zhong had bad taste. Hearing this, Mao Jianhua instantly felt good. After all, everyone had vanity. Who are you talking to? Yi Leiqian, who was lying beside Mao Jianhua, woke up in a daze. With that guy Li Tuesday. Ah, why are you looking for him? Yi Leiqian felt guilty when she thought of how Wang Zhong had treated her. Hey, Jiqiang said that Li Tu was not willing to invest in him. This time, we want to have dinner with him and let him see our achievements. Yi Leiqian was speechless. Wasn't he just trying to show off in front of Li Tu? That's not good. What's wrong with that? He was the one who was unkind first. He should regret it. That. Yi Leiqian was mainly worried that this would provoke Wang Zhong. If Wang Zhong said something he shouldn't say, it would be troublesome. After all, she was not young anymore. She did not want to accompany those old men to earn pocket money anymore. She wanted to find an honest person to take over. In the past, she did not like Mao Jianhua. He did not have a good job. He was only generous with her money. However, she did not expect that someone would really invest in Mao Jianhua and Jiqiang's game project. Moreover, it was an investment of 80 million. Oh my God, so much money. This made Yi Leiqian excited. Therefore, she completely gave herself to Mao Jianhua last night. For this, she even got some chicken blood and pretended to be her first time. Yi Leiqian, don't worry. Mao Jianhua thought that Yi Leiqian was being kind. He said, we just want to prove to Li Tuesday. We are not quarreling. Alright then. Don't get into a fight. It's not good. Okay. Mao Jianhua smiled. He suddenly felt that his fiancée was so virtuous. What made him happier was that Yi Leiqian's plum blossom was bleeding last night. Just from this point, he could tell how pure his girlfriend was. At 5 o'clock in the evening, Wang Zhong drove his $1 million car to the entrance of a 3-star hotel. This was the hotel that Mao Jianhua booked. Tonight, some of his good friends would come over. Of course, this included some of his classmates that he was still in contact with. When he arrived at the private room, many of his classmates were already there. They knew that Wang Zhong was doing well, so many of them greeted him. Li Tu, you are here. Have a seat. Mao Jianhua was very proud. Now that he and Jiqiang had succeeded, although the other party had not transferred the money, it was almost done. Well, Jianhua, congratulations on your marriage. I wish you and Yi Leiqian a long life together. Wang Zhong said indifferently. In his heart, he was thinking that this Yi Leiqian was quite capable. He did not expect that she would find Mao Jianhua to take over her business. This Mao Jianhua was going to be miserable in the future. Ha, not bad. Although Mao Jianhua was not happy with Wang Zhong, he would not say anything sarcastic in front of him. More and more classmates and friends came. Mao Jianhua felt that it was about time and started to talk. Thank you for coming. Actually, there is a good news recently. The game that Jiqiang and I designed has finally caught someone's eye. He has agreed to invest 100 million. Although the other party only agreed to invest tens of millions, these people did not know about it. Of course, he would say something big. Impressive. He has invested so much. Some of his classmates were surprised. Jiqiang was a top student in school. He received scholarships every year. I knew that he would definitely succeed. Another friend said. Chapter 575. When his friends heard Mao Jianhua's news, they were naturally shocked. That was how it was in this day and age. Everyone chased after profits and liked to go to the rich. With so much investment, this game seems to be a success. A classmate immediately had an idea and wanted to get involved. Of course, Mao Jianhua looked at Wang Zhong and realized that Wang Zhong did not care about what he said at all. This made him a little uncomfortable because it felt like Wang Zhong did not care about what he said at all. Hence, he deliberately said, "This game may not be a success, but it will definitely be a success. Back then, we looked for many people to invest in it. Alright, we even looked for Li Tuesday. Unfortunately, Li Tu did not think it would work, hehe." Although he did not say it explicitly, everyone could tell that he was mocking Wang Zhong's taste. After all, the real estate boss had his eyes on their project, but Wang Zhong did not. This meant that Wang Zhong was not good enough. Wang Zhong, of course, understood Mao Jianhua's meaning. He sighed in his heart. This guy was quite vengeful. Since that was the case, he wasn't a pushover either. He immediately said, "Investing 100 million in a game? I remember that the most popular online game on the market right now only costs 50 million. You're investing so much in a small game? You haven't received the money yet. Li Tu is the real estate boss. Why would he spout nonsense? Moreover, we have already started to prepare the contract." Mao Jianhua was not convinced by Wang Zhong's words. Hence, he retorted and continued, "By then, Jiqiang will be a millionaire." As they were talking, Yao Bing and Chen Jiqiang walked in. The moment the two of them entered, they instantly became the main characters. One of them was the school's goddess. Countless boys had a crush on her and many girls were jealous of her. The other was also a straight-A student. Although he was not recognized after graduation, and his job was not stable. But now, a big boss had his eyes on him, and he was about to become a millionaire. This was a standard idol drama plot. It was not an exaggeration to say that this pair was the golden couple. What are you guys talking about? Chen Jiqiang nodded at Mao Jianhua. When they entered, Wang Zhong did not even look at them. On the other hand, Yao Bing glanced at Wang Zhong. However, her gaze was icy cold, as if she was looking at a peerless enemy. Jiqiang, Li Tu still doesn't believe that you found an investment. Mao Jianhua sneered. If you don't want to believe it, then forget it. There's no need to explain. Chen Jiqiang's tone was not small. That's true. Let's eat. After taking advantage of Wang Zhong, Mao Jianhua felt very good. In his opinion, only people like Chen Jiqiang had a way to deal with people. Wang Zhong smiled and said, Okay, I'm willing to believe you. Jiqiang, you're going to be rich in the future. If only I were as capable as you. Before Wang Zhong could finish, Chen Jiqiang sneered. No need to flatter me. Hehe, I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm telling the truth. My ability is indeed not as good as yours. But I can't do it. Bing Bing can. Bing Bing has earned a lot for me a while ago. What? Bing Bing makes money for you? Chen Jiqiang couldn't believe it. Also, is Bing Bing's nickname for you to call her? I'm telling the truth. Am I right, Bing Bing? Wang Zhong was very happy. Didn't these people want to see him make a fool out of himself? If it was the honest Li Tu in the past, he would have been ridiculed. But he was not Li Tuesday. Since these people wanted to see him make a fool out of himself, then he would not be polite. If he did not rebuke them, then he would not be a hero. Everyone looked at Yao Bing, waiting for her reply. Yao Bing's face flushed red. She never thought that Li Tu would take advantage of her and say such things in front of so many people. How is this possible? Chen Jiqiang also looked at Yao Bing and asked. It's true. That day, Bing Bing came to my office to look for me. She said that she wanted to have a meal with me. After that, she helped me manipulate the stocks. You guys don't know how lucky she is. She bought a stock for me, and I bought it up to its limit 4 times. TSK. I made a small profit of tens of millions. Bing Bing made the money for me. Recently, I was thinking of buying her a car worth more than $1 million to thank her. Wang Zhong spoke without the slightest hesitation, and the people around him started to look at Yao Bing ambiguously. Wang Zhong said it so logically. It was obvious that he was not lying. Then it must be true. If that was the case, could it be that the two of them had an affair? For a moment, everyone looked at Chen Jiqiang with a playful gaze. They felt that Chen Jiqiang was being cheated on. Li Tu, you don't talk nonsense. Yao Bing's expression turned ugly. I'm talking nonsense. Bing Bing, my employees saw you coming over with their own eyes. You were the one who bought these stocks for me. How am I spouting nonsense? Wang Zhong smiled. Tell me, which thing am I spouting nonsense? Yao Bing was speechless. She wanted to deny these things, but the more she denied it, the more people would think. She could only look at Chen Jiqiang and say, Jiqiang, it's not like that. I was hoping that he would invest. Well, I understand. To everyone's surprise, Chen Jiqiang said that he understood. It's normal for Bing Bing to look for you, but you can forget about buying her a car. We don't need it. Chen Jiqiang said coldly. Okay. Look, this luxury car can't be given away. Wang Zhong smiled at his classmates. Haha, Li Tu, come to my restaurant when you're free. A chubby boy came over. Li Tu, let's add each other on WeChat. Another girl with a good figure came over. After this round, all the students knew that Li Tu was the one with the real strength. No matter how talented Chen Jiqiang was, even if the game was invested in, the money belonged to the other party. In the end, he was still working for the other party. Moreover, the other party only agreed to invest in the game. The money was not in yet. There were too many variables in the future. On the other hand, Wang Zhong was different. No matter what, he was still a millionaire. He even managed a big company. His annual income was in the millions. Comparing the two, it was easy to tell the difference. Wang Zhong chatted enthusiastically with his classmates. He became the center of attention. Chen Jiqiang and Mao Jianhua could not accept this. Fortunately, Mao Jianhua shouted, "Everyone take a seat. The dishes are served." Chen Jiqiang and Yao Bing sat down. Chen Jiqiang was angry, really angry. It was not easy for someone to invest so much money in him. He thought that he would be the center of attention tonight. He did not expect that Wang Zhong would steal the limelight. "Jiqiang, there's nothing between him and me. I went there that day to get investment for you." After sitting down, Yao Bing explained in a low voice. "Yes, I know." Chen Jiqiang was uncomfortable, but he could only bear with it for now. He had to marry Yao Bing. First, Yao Bing was so beautiful. He had not even kissed her. In front of Yao Bing, he had to maintain a noble image. After all, a goddess like her was not easy to woo. He could not bear to break up with her before he completely slept with her. For a moment, everyone at the table toasted and chatted with each other. After a few glasses of wine, Chen Jiqiang was a little tipsy. When he saw the people around Wang Zhong, he felt uncomfortable. After thinking for a while, he suddenly thought of a way to get back at him. "All right, I suddenly thought of something fun. Do you remember when we were in school? Our Mr. Li had a crush on Bing Bing. His screensaver on his computer was our Bing Bing." Chen Jiqiang's words surprised everyone. Yao Bing blushed. After all, it was a happy thing to have a crush on someone like that. Chen Jiqiang was very proud. Although he was suppressed by Wang Zhong in his career, he was the winner in terms of love. Li Tu's goddess was now his girlfriend. The sense of accomplishment was wonderful. Wang Zhong laughed and said, Yes, yes. Back then, I really liked Bing Bing. Come, Bing Bing, let me give you a toast. No matter what, you help me earn money." As Wang Zhong spoke, he took out his phone and clicked on the stock of Mingzhou Enterprise. "I was really surprised when you took the initiative to come over that day. Thank you so much for helping me earn money. Although we had a misunderstanding in the hotel, we are not married after all. It's nothing." Wang Zhong laughed in his heart. "Chen Jiqiang, if you want to play with me, then let's play to the end. Let's see if you can still take it lying down." "What do you mean by hotel, the two of them?" The students were suddenly enlightened. It was as if they had discovered a new continent. "Li Tu, don't talk nonsense. Although we were in the hotel, but it's nothing." Yao Bing hurriedly explained. Bing Bing, why are you so agitated?" Wang Zhong pretended to be ignorant. "We didn't go to the hotel. Don't talk nonsense." Yao Bing could only pretend not to know. "It's not good to lie like this. Let's put it this way. Do you have a mole on your chest?" Wang Zhong said without hesitation. Yao Bing thought to herself. That time in the hotel, this guy must have seen everything. "What about me? Am I wrong? There are a few girls here who are your roommates. They must know, right?" Wang Zhong said without hesitation. I. Yao Bing burst into tears and looked at Chen Jiqiang. As expected, Chen Jiqiang's face was filled with anger. "Jiqiang, listen to my explanation." "Pa!" Chen Jiqiang slammed the table. "Yao Bing, you didn't expect this. You really disappoint me." His girlfriend's most secret place was known by Wang Zhong. What else could he say? Even he didn't know about it. Something must have happened between the two of them. If he didn't get angry, what would others think of him? "Jiqiang, let go." Shaking off Yao Bing's hand, Chen Jiqiang shouted, "Let's break up. Remember, I'm the one who dumped you. Shameless woman." Chen Jiqiang turned around and walked out as soon as he finished speaking. Yao Bing looked at Chen Jiqiang's back in a daze. For a moment, she felt very uncomfortable. She never thought that Chen Jiqiang would love her so much that he wouldn't listen to her explanation. It was all Li Tu's fault. Li Tu was a scumbag. He broke them up. Chapter 576. Yao Bing was very sad. On one hand, it was because everyone misunderstood that there was something between her and Wang Zhong. On the other hand, Chen Jiqiang did not trust her after half a year of love. He did not even listen to her explanation and left. "Bing Bing, don't be sad. Jiqiang might be angry temporarily." Someone comforted her. "Li Tu, you're too much. How can you say that?" Mao Jianhua suddenly stood up. He originally wanted to show off today and make his classmates envious. He did not expect that not only did he fail to show off, but he also lost face. What the hell was this? Mao Jianhua, what did I say? Yao Bing and Chen Jiqiang are not married yet. That means I have a chance. Isn't that right, everyone? Wang Zhong looked at his classmates. No one said anything, because they felt that Li Tu was no longer the honest person he used to be. He would not be bullied by others. You're trying to break them up on purpose. They're so loving and so compatible. Mao Jianhua was exasperated. No matter what, they're not married yet. Wang Zhong was still undaunted. I'm leaving. Mao Jianhua knew that he could not do anything to Wang Zhong. He turned and left. The others did not want to stay any longer, because there were at least 2,000 dishes on the table. Even the person who was treating them had left. Were they going to wait for the bill to be paid? If you have something to do, you can leave first. I'll take care of this table. Wang Zhong waved his hand. Then Director Li will leave first. Everyone left. Yao Bing drank a mouthful of red wine and stared at Wang Zhong. It's you. You caused me to fall out of love. Bing Bing. I should congratulate you. At least you don't have to follow that useless Chen Jiqiang anymore. What do you think? Yao Bing suddenly cried. At this moment, only the two of them were left in the room. Seeing her cry, Wang Zhong, who was about to leave, paused for a moment. After thinking about it, Wang Zhong frowned. Yao Bing was obviously a little drunk. It was not good to leave her here alone. Although he wanted to be a scumbag, it did not mean that he wanted to do something immoral. Li Tu, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Why are you so bad? Yao Bing cried. Wang Zhong unhurriedly took out a wine glass and poured himself a glass. Congratulations on your breakup. Cheers. Yao Bing naturally ignored Wang Zhong and snorted. Are you happy now? Of course I'm happy, but this is also good for you. Do you think Chen Jiqiang likes you? Of course he likes me. Yao Bing roared. If it weren't for you, we would have gotten married. Is that so? But back then in school, I remember that he liked another girl. That girl was extremely ugly. I know what you want to say. At that time, he was indeed with that girl. But Jiqiang said that after graduation, they rarely contacted each other, so they broke up. You believe such a stupid reason? Then let me tell you. When he was with that woman, Chen Jiqiang spent a lot of her money. Do you understand? Impossible, Jiqiang is not that kind of person. We are both boys. Of course, I know about the things between boys. Otherwise, why do you think Chen Jiqiang would date that ugly girl? Oh right, that guy is also very utilitarian. When he was with you, he should have hinted to you to invest, right? In fact, Wang Zhong was just spouting nonsense. He just wanted to drive a wedge between the two of them. He did not expect that he guessed correctly. Yao Bing could not help but remember some of the things that Chen Jiqiang said before. At that time, Chen Jiqiang really asked her to mortgage the house in the city center. Although Yao Bing's family was ordinary, her family was local. When the house was demolished in the early years, her parents gave her the best house because it would reduce the tax. This house was worth more than 3 million. Yao Bing once talked to Chen Jiqiang about it. After that, Chen Jiqiang asked her to mortgage the house from time to time. Of course, she did not agree. After all, this was her house. Why? He really wants you to use money. Seeing Yao Bing's expression, Wang Zhong knew that he guessed correctly. So what? I believe that he is doing it for our future. Ha ha ha, your ability to analyze yourself is quite good. Then I am curious. Did you lend him money? Asked Wang Zhong. No. Even you didn't lend him money. Why do you want me to invest in him? Is he my son or grandson? Wang Zhong was blunt. Yao Bing couldn't answer for a while. She suddenly felt that her previous request to Wang Zhong seemed to be a little too much. Of course, it was impossible for her to admit it now. She snorted and said, Who asked you to be rich? Oh, is it a crime for me to be rich now? It's not easy to be rich. Of course. You are rich. Of course, you have a big responsibility. Otherwise, why are you rich? You are too good at talking. I can't win against you. Realizing that Wang Zhong deliberately took advantage of her, Yao Bing said angrily, You are good at talking. After saying that, Yao Bing felt that something was wrong. Why did it seem like she was flirting with Wang Zhong? She clearly hated him. Then, she turned her head and drank another mouthful of wine. She said with a sad face, I fell out of love. Anyway, it's all your fault. How about this? Take it as my apology. Let's drink until we are drunk. Yao Bing rolled her eyes at Wang Zhong and snorted. Who wants to drink with you? Humph. Although she said that, she didn't leave. Instead, she drank again. Actually, she was already very drunk at this time. Otherwise, she wouldn't have stayed here to drink with Wang Zhong. She was feeling very uncomfortable. She desperately wanted to drink and completely empty herself. She couldn't figure out why Chen Jiqiang didn't believe her and would rather believe Li Tu's nonsense. Li Tu, why doesn't Chen Jiqiang believe me but a scumbag like you? Wang Zhong was speechless. She was drunk and still scolded him. It seemed that his scumbag was deeply ingrained in her heart. You are already very drunk. Let's go. Wang Zhong was ready to help Yao Bing up and leave. He thought that Yao Bing would definitely struggle. Unexpectedly, she stood up voluntarily and let Wang Zhong help her up. It seems that she is really drunk. Wang Zhong finally recognized Yao Bing's alcohol tolerance. After drinking last time, she was also drunk and let him take her away. It was the same this time. Fortunately, he was a gentleman. Otherwise, Yao Bing's belly would have been big. There was a hotel upstairs. Wang Zhong booked a room. He threw Yao Bing on the bed. Yao Bing curled up in pain and suddenly cried. Why don't you believe me? Why don't you believe me? Whoa. Well, she was still thinking about it. Wang Zhong shook his head. After washing her face, he also took a bath. Because he was very tired, Wang Zhong lay on the side. The night passed quickly. What made him confused was that when he woke up the next morning, Yao Bing was lying on top of him. Damn, this is too melodramatic. Wang Zhong was stunned. Yesterday, he seemed to be flirting with words, saying that he wanted to pursue Yao Bing and like her. In fact, he did not have such thoughts at all. He said that purely to annoy her. To him, people like Yao Bing were too troublesome. He did not want to bother with her. However, he did not expect Yao Bing to be lying on top of him. This made him want to kick Yao Bing off. At this time, he suddenly realized that something was wrong with Yao Bing. Although her eyes were still closed, they seemed to be jumping. This girl could not have woken up, right? In fact, Wang Zhong guessed correctly. Yao Bing was indeed awake at this time. Then she recalled what happened yesterday. For a moment, she was so embarrassed that she did not know what to say. Especially at this time, she and Wang Zhong were actually in such an ambiguous position together. Suddenly, Yao Bing sat up. She covered herself with a blanket and ran to the toilet. Wang Zhong thought for a moment and came to the toilet door. Yao Bing, are you okay? It's none of your business. Yao Bing shouted. Your temper is too bad. Wang Zhong was speechless. Don't misunderstand. Although we were together last night, I did not do anything to you. Of course, Yao Bing knew this. At this moment, she was feeling very complicated. Previously, she really hated Wang Zhong. She thought that he was a scumbag. Not only did he not help her and Chen Jiqiang, he even broke them up. However, Wang Zhong's words yesterday had caused her to come to a sudden realization. Yes, even she, as his girlfriend, was not willing to help Chen Jiqiang. Why should others help? Why? Thinking carefully, she suddenly realized that Li Tu seemed to be more powerful than Chen Jiqiang. Sometimes, Chen Jiqiang's words were very emotional. However, after interacting with Li Tu, she realized that Li Tu was very polite. After interacting with him carefully, she realized that Li Tu's personality was not bad. In fact, he was very manly. At the very least, when she was lying in front of him, Li Tu could sit still. This was not something that any random man could do. Unknowingly, even Yao Bing herself didn't realize that she had developed a good impression of Wang Zhong. Soon Yao Bing came out. She glanced at Wang Zhong and frowned. Move aside. Wang Zhong could only move aside and spread his hands. I said, what do you mean? What do I mean? You took advantage of me. What do you mean? Yao Bing sat on the bed and hugged her arms. It was not that she did not want to wear clothes, but she had no choice. Yesterday's clothes were full of alcohol, especially her underwear. She seemed to have vomited a little. The smell was very bad, and she could not wear it. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wang Zhong could tell that the current Yao Bing didn't seem to hate him. This is the second time you brought me to your room. Who asked you to be drunk? Wang Zhong shook his head and sighed. Then you stay here. I'll leave first. Wait, Yao Bing frowned. My clothes are so dirty. How can I wear them out? Do you want me to go downstairs to buy clothes? And that's the only way. Yao Bing snorted and took out 500 yuan from her wallet. Just pick 2 clothes for me. They don't have to be too expensive. She was quite thrifty. Wang Zhong noticed this earlier. Yao Bing's clothes were not branded. However, she matched them well. This showed that her taste was not bad. Chapter 577. Here, I bought the clothes for you. After going out for about an hour, Wang Zhong bought more than 30,000 worth of clothes and 2 pairs of high heels. Of course, because it was morning, he also bought buns and soy milk for breakfast. You bought so much? Yao Bing was completely shocked. There were 6 sets of clothes, 3 skirts, 3 pairs of jeans, and 7 or 8 pairs of underwear, all of which were branded. Although she usually did not wear branded things, it did not mean that she did not know that these clothes and shoes together cost at least 30,000. And she only gave Wang Zhong 500. Thinking back to when Wang Zhong took her 500, she muttered in her heart that Wang Zhong did not know how to take the initiative to express himself. She did not expect that she would misunderstand. Although Wang Zhong took 500, he bought so many clothes for her. I didn't know what style you want to wear, so I picked a few more. I'll give them all to you. It's too much. You don't need so much. At this moment, Yao Bing was embarrassed. After all, gifts blind the eyes. And with so many things in front of her, it was hard for her to say anything tough. Why, you don't like it? No, of course not. Yao Bing quickly shook her head and lowered her head. Didn't I give you 500? Why did you buy so many for me? Consider it a gift. Why are you embarrassed? Consider it a return. After all, I earned so much for you. Think what you want. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. Wang Zhong put down his breakfast and left. Yao Bing's mood was very complicated. Compared to Chen Jiqiang, although Wang Zhong looked cold and cynical sometimes, he looked like a scumbag. But after careful contact, she found that he was quite considerate. For example, breakfast. After being with Chen Jiqiang for half a year, he did not buy it for her even once. When Wang Zhong returned to his office, Su Xiaoyan walked in unhappily. Of course, Wang Zhong knew the reason for her unhappiness. He sent a message to Su Xiaoyan last night, saying that he drank too much and was staying outside. It was normal for Su Xiaoyan to have thoughts. Fortunately, Wang Zhong did not promise Su Xiaoyan anything before. Your breakfast. Su Xiaoyan passed him a steamed bun. I ate before I came. How did you sleep last night? Wang Zhong asked. It was a little boring when you weren't around. Su Xiaoyan was smart enough not to ask too many questions. She knew that forcing a man too much would only make him feel annoyed. Yeah, I had a class reunion last night and drank a little too much. By the way, is the villa ready? Wang Zhong was referring to another villa where he lived. He was going to buy it for Su Xiaoyan to live in. In fact, it was also an investment. After all, money would depreciate if it was left there, but a house would be much safer. Yes, it's here. The landlord said that we can sign the contract anytime. Then let's go now. Let's go and find her. By the way, did you like that place? Su Xiaoyan blushed. Of course she liked it. She couldn't help but ask, is it really for me? Of course. Wang Zhong was actually speechless in his heart. Sometimes the little girl was really gullible. The name of the house was not written for her. But Su Xiaoyan was still so happy. He couldn't help but think of a girl who didn't want her husband who paid her tuition and living expenses. She turned around and ran away with an old man for 2 bags of about 10,000 yuan and a verbal promise of 30 million yuan. Looking back, the 2 bags of 10,000 yuan were reimbursed by the old man with public funds. It turned out that the old man didn't pay anything and easily got a wife. Wang Zhong couldn't help but want to say, excellent. So it could be seen that the girls who had just graduated were really gullible. Of course, Boys were even more gullible, because this time the boy lost the most, both the girl and the money. Then Wang Zhong drove the car and went to find the landlord with Su Xiaoyan. After checking the things in the house, they went to the real estate trading center on the spot to go through the formalities. It was already noon when they finished. Wang Zhong and Su Xiaoyan made do with eating in the noodle restaurant opposite the company. They looked at the stock market and found that the two stocks he bought were still rising, which made Wang Zhong feel good. Now he calculated that he used the 100 million yuan, which was almost 20 million yuan to buy 2 houses, more than 5 million yuan to buy the company and 10 shops, 20 million yuan to invest in the stock market, and more than 1 million yuan to buy a car. But the return was also good. He had earned tens of millions of yuan in the stock market. When he played by Jiala in Su Biao's place, that guy let him win almost 10 million yuan. Overall, it was very good. Strange, why didn't Su Biao contact him? Wang Zhong thought in his heart while eating the noodles. In fact, at this time, Su Biao and Zhang Kaitai were also thinking about Wang Zhong. These days, they were worried that it would cause Wang Zhong's disgust, so they deliberately didn't contact Wang Zhong. But it was not a way to not contact him. One must know that now they had invested almost 10 million yuan in Wang Zhong. These were all investments to lure Wang Zhong to gamble. They needed to be recovered. Zhang Kaitai, call that guy and tell him that I came back from a business trip. Invite him to wash my feet, and give him a few houses by the way, Su Biao said casually. In fact, there was no business introduction. He said this purely to find an excuse to get close to Wang Zhong. Oh, I'll call right away. Zhang Kaitai was now Su Biao's follower. When the phone call came, Wang Zhong smiled. He was thinking about why they didn't contact him. He didn't expect that the next moment they called. They sent money again. After hanging up the phone, Wang Zhong smiled. In the afternoon, Wang Zhong came to a foot massage shop as scheduled. Directorly, I have a friend who has a few houses to sell. I will have to trouble you when the time comes. While washing his feet, Su Biao started to talk about this matter. Naturally, these words were said casually in order to lure Wang Zhong into continuing the bet. Thank you, Brother Biao, for your care. Haha, this is nothing. Oh yeah, have you continued to play that recently? Su Biao pretended to ask casually. I forgot my account recently. I was just about to call you Brother Biao, said Wang Zhong. Then you have delayed a lot of time to get rich. Isn't that so? But I have been busy recently. Why don't you play a few more rounds with me in the afternoon? Sure, this is a small matter. The two of them laughed and had their own thoughts. Wang Zhong made up his mind. If he lost 1 million yuan this time, he would leave immediately. He came to Su Biao's house again. This time, Zhang Kaitai was not there. Su Biao turned on the computer and smiled. I saved the account for you last time. You should save it later. Brother Biao, you are so considerate. Wang Zhong sat in his seat and added another 5 million yuan to his account. Seeing Wang Zhong's generosity, Su Biao was even more certain that Wang Zhong was a tycoon. If he was not so rich, who would be so awesome to throw out 5 million yuan without batting an eyelid? Brother Biao, how much do you think I should win this time? Wang Zhong looked at the beautiful dealer on the screen and asked. Sometimes, Wang Zhong did not know how these people who claimed to be doing live broadcasts dealt. He guessed that this was not a real live broadcast, but a pre-recorded one. When the big data was ready to eat a big player, whichever one you bet on would lose. Although the screen looked like a live broadcast, it was actually a quick change of the picture on the card at the moment the card was flipped. So sometimes when playing, the screen would suddenly freeze. Many people thought that it was because the network signal was bad. In fact, it was deliberately done by the backend of the website. This depends on luck. To be honest, although I have grasped some of the rules, sometimes you need luck too. Well, that's true. Let's see. They started playing. Wang Zhong noticed that Su Biao still had his hands in his pockets. He did not need to look to know that Su Biao would secretly play tricks like last time. After a few simple rounds, they were all bets of 100 to 200,000 yuan. There were wins and losses. Wang Zhong knew that the person behind this might want to kill him. After all, he had won almost 10 million yuan. If he was aware that he was addicted, there was no need to go easy on him. I'm not playing anymore. After losing 7 to 800,000 yuan, Wang Zhong stood up. Looks like my luck is not good today. What's wrong? You see, if I bet big you kill me. If I bet small you win. Isn't this showing that my luck is not good? Forget it. I still have things to do. This made Su Biao anxious. He had already spent so much effort on Wang Zhong. If he left, wouldn't all his previous money be wasted? Wait. What's wrong? I said let's play next time. My luck is not good today. Su Biao knew that if a normal person said this, it meant that he was not addicted. At this time, he had to let him win more. Forget it, you can't catch the wolf without risking the child. Looks like I have to throw in more. Su Biao knew very well that for rich people, he had to throw in more money. He had not encountered such a situation before, but he had heard of it. In the past, there was a tycoon who played this game with him. He threw in 30 to 50 million yuan. In the end, he succeeded in making the tycoon feel that this game was not bad. After that, he played the fourth game and lost 500 million yuan in one night. He directly turned the tycoon into a homeless person. In Su Biao's opinion, although this Wang Zhong was not as rich as the tycoon, he should have a net worth of more than 100 million yuan. Besides, he had to get the intermediary company. Thinking of this, he made up his mind and smiled. Anyway, it's still early. Let's play a few more rounds. Forget it. How about this? Let's play 3 more rounds. If it's good, we'll continue. How about it? Okay. Wang Zhong thought to himself, I've already said so. Why don't you let me win a few rounds? Immediately, Wang Zhong played poker on the spot. Let's see this round. If I lose, I'll just leave. Su Biao did not expect Wang Zhong to be so ruthless. He still had more than 4 million yuan in his account. He actually played poker directly. He could also see that Wang Zhong did not seem to have any patience. Thinking of this, he put his hand into his pocket and secretly sent a message. Idle wins. The dealer on the computer said. Damn, I really won. Wang Zhong laughed. Brother Biao, luckily you let me play for a while longer. Hee hee. Su Biao laughed. He thought to himself, I'll let you be happy for a while. In the future, I'll let you lose until you have nothing left. Chapter 578. Sure enough, his luck was pretty good this time. After that, Wang Zhong went all in and won over 10 million gold coins. Ha, not bad, not bad. Seems like I have to play more often in the future. This money is too easy to earn. Wang Zhong's simple and honest appearance made Su Biao feel much more at ease. He had already cast so many nets. This Li too must be addicted. Next, it's time to slaughter the pig. I think you are lucky today. How about we continue after dinner? Looking at Su Biao's smiling face, Wang Zhong nodded without hesitation. Sure, I'll treat you for dinner. Wang Zhong guessed that if he continued to play, Su Biao would definitely close the net. There was no point in playing anymore. How should he turn against him next? All of a sudden, Wang Zhong smiled as he thought of a brilliant idea. This idea could not only turn against him, but if he played it well, he might even make a fortune. At night, Wang Zhong organized a dinner at a hotel. He even brought Su Xiaoyan along. Tonight will depend on your performance. If you do well, I will bring you to buy a car tomorrow. Wang Zhong promised as they walked into the hotel. Yes. It's just acting. That's easy. Su Xiaoyan was full of confidence. In the private room, Zhang Kaitai and Su Biao were already prepared. Later, let Li Tu drink a few more glasses. When he is drunk, open his laptop and let him top up. It's best if he can top up to $30 to $50 million. Once he loses all his money, he will definitely want to recoup his losses. At that time, it will be easy. Su Biao explained. Zhang Kaitai nodded. He did not realize that this was a way to deal with Wang Zhong. In fact, it was used to deal with him previously. Director Li, you even brought your girlfriend. When Wang Zhong entered the room, Su Biao smiled warmly. Hey Xiaoyan, come and sit. Zhang Kaitai was also very friendly. Haha, Director Su, Director Zhang, I'm sorry. There was a traffic jam. Wang Zhong laughed and sat down with Su Xiaoyan. I heard from Brother Biao that you've earned quite a bit this afternoon. Congratulations. I'll learn from you when I play this game in the future. Zhang Kaitai raised his glass and said with a smile, "Cheers." Okay. Wang Zhong was amused. But at this moment, Su Xiaoyan suddenly clutched her stomach. "Aya, it's so uncomfortable." "What's wrong?" Wang Zhong turned pale with fright. "My stomach hurts. I feel terrible. I want to go to the hospital. Hurry up and leave." The sudden situation caught Su Biao and Zhang Kaitai somewhat unprepared. They didn't expect things to turn out this way. If they let Wang Zhong leave, wouldn't tonight's plan fall through? "How about this? I'll ask the driver to take her to the hospital, and we'll continue eating," Su Biao quickly said. "No, Brother Li, take me to the hospital," Su Xiaoyan said sweetly. This, Wang Zhong looked hesitant. "Why don't you go by yourself?" "I don't want to. You have to accompany me." "But, Xiaoyan, listen to me. The driver will take you to the hospital," Zhang Kaitai also said. "I don't want to." Su Xiaoyan suddenly shook her head. "Why don't you let Brother Li take me?" "Brother Li, let's go." "Xiaoyan." Zhang Kaitai walked over anxiously. "Aya." Su Xiaoyan fell to the ground with a look of disbelief. "Brother Li, he pushed me and hit me." "Whoa. Wow." Su Xiaoyan really started crying. Wang Zhong couldn't help but give her a thumbs up in his heart. Immediately, Wang Zhong's expression changed. He pointed at Zhang Kaitai and scolded, "How dare you hit my woman?" I didn't. I thought of you as a good brother." "Presidently, don't be angry." Su Biao wanted to be a peacemaker, but Wang Zhong didn't care about him. He turned and left. "Xiaoyan, let's go." When Wang Zhong and Su Xiaoyan left, Su Biao and Zhang Kaitai still felt like they were in a dream. "Brother Biao, I. Bang. Su Biao kicked Zhang Kaitai and scolded him. "Why the F***ck did you push Su Xiaoyan for no reason?" "Great. Now the duck in the mouth flew away." The situation just now was too sudden. Su Biao only saw Zhang Kaitai and Su Xiaoyan touch each other for a while. He didn't expect Su Xiaoyan to fall to the ground. This made Zhang Kaitai very depressed. He didn't know what was going on. F***ck. I can only wait until later to touch him. I must make him lose all his money. Looking at the angry Su Biao, Zhang Kaitai couldn't help but shudder. Ha ha ha. In the car, Su Xiaoyan laughed happily. "Didn't you see the two of them when we left? They looked like they were in a daze. It seems like they didn't expect me to suddenly have a stomachache, and that you would cut ties with them. Isn't that so? It's all thanks to your good acting." After being praised, Su Xiaoyan was even happier. However, she still reminded him, "Although we used an excuse to get rid of them this time, they definitely won't let it go. What should we do if they continue to pester you? Different situations call for different measures. If they annoy me, then I'll just turn hostile." "That's true. Who's afraid of who?" Su Xiaoyan also became arrogant. The next day, Wang Zhong took Su Xiaoyan to look at a car. Buying a car for Su Xiaoyan, of course, wouldn't be too expensive. In Wang Zhong's view, buying a car for her was also to make Su Xiaoyan feel more assured and loyal to him. The car they looked at was about 100,000 yuan. Although it was cheap, Su Xiaoyan was very happy. After all, she was just an ordinary working-class person. At that time, she didn't even dare to think about buying a car. Now she had a car. From this, it could be seen that Su Xiaoyan was a woman who didn't have high requirements. It was already noon when they bought the car. When they just returned to the company, they didn't expect Su Biao to be waiting at the door for a long time. "Sure enough, this guy is really haunting me," Wang Zhong said with a cold face. "Brother Biao, I know that Zhang Kaitai is your brother, but am I not? He actually hit my girlfriend in front of me. You see, my girlfriend quarreled with me for the whole night. Today I bought a car for her." Wang Zhong took out the receipt for the car and placed it in front of Su Biao. Su Biao cursed in his heart. King won more than 20 million yuan from me. 100,000 yuan is nothing. But he had to apologize. "You see, I'm here to apologize. And forget it. Anyway, I know that you and Zhang Kaitai are close." Su Biao thought to himself that he and Zhang Kaitai are close. He said, "How about this? I'll set up a table tonight to apologize to you." "This all right." At night, Wang Zhong didn't hold back. He brought Su Xiaoyan to a restaurant and ordered a lot of dishes. They ate happily. After eating, as expected, Su Biao proposed to continue playing by Jiala. I heard that it's not easy to win. Let's forget about it, Su Xiaoyan said. This? Wang Zhong pretended to hesitate. What's not easy to win? Didn't President Li win so much a while ago? Alright then. Wang Zhong pretended to be reluctant. And let's go. Su Biao was overjoyed. Let's go to my office. They came to Wang Zhong's office and started playing. Sure enough, after playing a few rounds, he lost more than he won. Su Xiaoyan started to throw a tantrum at the side. See, I told you. This is a game where I lose a lot. I'm not playing anymore. Wang Zhong also pretended to be impatient. Fine, fine. My good luck has been ruined by you. I'm not playing anymore. At this moment, Su Biao couldn't wait to kill Su Xiaoyan. From his point of view, he had already succeeded this time. He had made Wang Zhong lose a huge amount of money. Wang Zhong had been addicted to it and wanted to recoup his losses. When the time came and he didn't let him play, Wang Zhong would probably beg to play. But halfway through, someone came out of nowhere. He didn't expect Su Xiaoyan to be there. After thinking about it, he decided to go easy on Su Xiaoyan and let her discover the benefits of this game. When she was addicted, it would be time to reel in the net. At that time, this young couple would want to play, and it would be easier to make money. Su Biao had no choice but to do this. I really won. In just 10 minutes, he played a dozen rounds and won more than $1 million. Wang Zhong thought in his heart. Sure enough, with Su Xiaoyan's participation, Su Biao was worried that he wouldn't play, so he could only endure the pain and go easy on him. But this time, there weren't many who went easy. Wang Zhong estimated that he had reached his limit. Wow, it's late. Go back early and continue playing tomorrow. Wang Zhong looked at the time and said, This. Okay. Su Biao was unwilling. He had lost almost 25 million. He believed that Wang Zhong and Su Xiaoyan should be intoxicated. The next step would be to kill. But what made him dumbfounded was that when he called Wang Zhong the next day, Wang Zhong sighed and said, Recently, Xiaoyan is not feeling well. I have to take care of her often. I won't talk to you anymore. I'll send her to the hospital. After hanging up the phone, Su Biao was stunned. At this moment, he felt that something was wrong and he was a little scared. This money wasn't actually his but his boss's. Usually, when a scammer like him found a target, he would ask the boss to go easy on him. This time, Wang Zhong was rich, so he went easy on him. Although this money wasn't paid by him, he still had a share. If the customer ran away halfway, he would be responsible. Big brother. This guy suddenly stopped playing and said that he wants to take care of his woman. What? You still don't want to do anything? This is 25 million. King said he stopped playing? Yeah. I don't care. If he doesn't want to play, you pay for it. Slap. The phone was hung up. Su Biao wanted to cry but no tears came out. Wow, this car is so nice. 10 days later, Su Xiaoyan finally mentioned her new car. Although it wasn't a good car, she was satisfied. Ring ring ring. On the way home, Wang Zhong accompanied Su Xiaoyan. It could be seen that Su Xiaoyan was a new driver and wasn't very familiar with driving. So Wang Zhong taught her along the way. At this time a phone rang. Su Xiaoyan quickly drove the car to the side of the road. Hello Xiaoyan. Mom. Su Xiaoyan called. What's the matter? You child, can't mom call you to say hello? No, I just wanted to say it. Okay, what are you doing? I'm outside. Hearing Su Xiaoyan's answer, Wang Zhong felt strange. Buying a new car was such a good thing. Why didn't she tell her mom? Chapter 579. Oh, what are you doing outside? The weather has been cold recently. You have to wear more clothes, do you understand? The woman on the other end of the phone said calmly. Although it was words of concern, Wang Zhong didn't seem to hear much concern. What was going on? And looking at Su Xiaoyan's expression, it seemed that she was speaking perfunctorily. The mother and daughter chatted briefly, and the woman said, How's work recently? And it's pretty good. That's good. As a girl, you don't need to earn much money. Anyway, you're going to get married. These days, several matchmakers came over and said that they're going to set you up on a blind date. I saw a few young men and they're pretty good. One of them is a team leader in the factory. He works overtime every day. Oh right, there's also a chef. Although his salary is only 3,000 now, it's said that after he becomes a full-time employee, he'll be the boss. That's pretty good. Wang Zhong was speechless. It wasn't that he didn't like these jobs, but from the meaning of these words, Su Xiaoyan obviously didn't tell her mother about her situation. Her mother thought that she was living a poor life. And from what she said, her mother obviously didn't know about his existence. I have a boyfriend. In order to prevent her mother from setting her up on a blind date, Su Xiaoyan could only say this. You have a boyfriend. Is he from the city? How much is his salary? What's his condition? I'm telling you, if he's poor I won't agree. I know, don't worry. And you have to be smart. After all, it wasn't easy for us to raise you. You have to know how to repay the kindness. Do you understand? How much money do you have saved now? Mom, why are you asking this? Su Xiaoyan frowned. Your brother has a girlfriend. The other party wants 288,000 as betrothal money and a car. We've calculated. You've been working for so long, so you should have saved some. You have to help your brother with this money. Su Xiaoyan's mother didn't hold back. Instead, she took it for granted. Mom, I haven't been working for long. Where would I get the money? To her. Even though Wang Zhong was a rich man, let alone a few 100,000, wouldn't he be able to take out a few million in a matter of minutes? However, she wanted to be serious with Wang Zhong. If she really asked Wang Zhong for money, Wang Zhong would definitely have thoughts about her. Therefore, she definitely wouldn't say much. Didn't you say that you have a boyfriend? If he wants to marry you, the betrothal gift. Mom, I still have something to do. I can't talk to you anymore. Before Mother Su could finish, Su Xiaoyan hung up. When Wang Zhong heard this, he sighed in his heart. Sure enough, every family had their own difficulties. Looking at Su Xiaoyan's appearance, it was obvious that her family favored boys over girls. Therefore, she didn't have any feelings for her mother. Because Su Xiaoyan was also a straightforward person, if someone treated her well, she would treat them even better. Otherwise, she wouldn't bother with them. However, her mother was related by blood after all, so she couldn't just ignore her. Your mother asked you to help your brother? Wang Zhong asked. Yes, don't worry about her. If my brother is good, I will definitely help him. What she meant was that her brother wasn't good enough. My brother was spoiled by my parents since he was young. He didn't like to study in school. Not only that, but he also got into fights. After that, he went to the juvenile detention center. After he came out, he learned a lot of jobs, but he didn't work for long. Every time he came to me, he either asked for money or borrowed money from me. That's why I traveled thousands of miles to work here. In this world, there were many people like Su Xiaoyan who ran away from their families. Wang Zhong also understood. Don't worry, I will be your backing. Wang Zhong patted Su Xiaoyan's shoulder and said. After returning, Wang Zhong was surprised to find that Yao Bing had come over. This woman dares to come to him again? Wang Zhong thought in his heart. After the last time at the hotel, Yao Bing still looked very angry when he left. Why did she come to him again? What's the matter? Sitting in the office chair, Wang Zhong asked calmly. Yes, there is something. I need your help. Did the sun rise from the west? You need my help? Wang Zhong smiled. Just tell me, are you willing to help me? After saying this, even Yao Bing felt a little embarrassed. Logically speaking, she and Wang Zhong were enemies. She was the one who caused her to break up. Moreover, Wang Zhong was a total scumbag in her heart. She didn't want to have anything to do with him at all. However, she had to do this. Of course I can help, but it depends on what it is. My cousin wants to buy a house. Our family doesn't have much money. I hope it can be cheaper. This house is sold by your family. I hope the commission can be cheaper. Wow, her tone was really big. She directly made such a request. Wang Zhong was really impressed by this woman. Okay, treat me to a meal, and I will help you. Wang Zhong said lightly. In principle, he wasn't willing to help. However, he suddenly wanted to test a problem. It was about luck. Last time, Yao Bing accidentally manipulated the stock market and made him a lot of money. He suspected that Yao Bing was a lucky person. Therefore, It was necessary to get in touch with her. Okay, I will treat you. Yao Bing gritted her teeth and agreed. At this moment, she felt a strange feeling in her heart. Why did eating with Wang Zhong become so logical? In the evening, Wang Zhong told Su Xiaoyan that they were going out for dinner. After that, he and Yao Bing went to a steak restaurant. This time, Su Xiaoyan learned her lesson and didn't order wine. However, how could Wang Zhong not drink? He looked at the table and said, "How can we eat without wine? Let's have some wine." "Ah, you still want to drink? Now you are begging me. It's boring without wine, right?" Looking at Wang Zhong's serious look, Yao Bing was angry. "Okay, but you can't drink too much. Don't worry. You drank too much previously because of your request. Those requests are so ridiculous. How do you expect me to agree?" Yao Bing snorted. Although she agreed with Wang Zhong's words, she obviously wouldn't admit it. "Pour me some wine," Wang Zhong ordered. Now that she was begging Wang Zhong, she could only pour wine for Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong raised his glass and said, "Come, let's have a drink. Don't think of making me drunk again." Yao Bing was still worried. However, her actions were very nimble. She clinked her glass with Wang Zhong's and drank without hesitation. Wang Zhong laughed in his heart. Yao Bing's mouth was still very stubborn. In fact, she didn't hate him anymore. However, this woman was too arrogant. Her arrogance made it impossible for her to have a good attitude. Then, under Wang Zhong's continuous clinking of glasses, Yao Bing drank 5 glasses in a row. Because of that, her mouth was a little big when she spoke. "That's how it is. This cousin of mine has a good relationship with my family. If you can help him, just give him a cheaper price. So that's how it is. Yao Bing, this meal of yours cost me tens of thousands of yuan." Wang Zhong teased. Yao Bing's face turned red. She knew that her request was unreasonable. After all, even if you bought a house with your relatives, at most, you would ask for a lower intermediary fee. Wang Zhong and her were neither relatives nor friends. However, Yao Bing felt that Wang Zhong would agree. After all, he bought so many clothes for her that morning. "No matter what, I earned so much money for you that time," Yao Bing said. "Hehe, your original intention was to harm me. You still have the nerve to say such things. Then what do you want to do?" Yao Bing was very annoyed. When she talked to other men, she would always have the upper hand. However, she found that when she talked to Wang Zhong, this guy did not pay attention to her at all. "Very simple. Let's drink another bottle of wine," Wang Zhong said with a smile. "What? How can this be? I'm already drunk," Yao Bing mumbled. "What are you afraid of? You were drunk the last 2 times and I didn't do anything to you." The situation now was very clear. This Yao Bing had delivered herself to his door. If he did not eat, Yao Bing would call him a coward behind his back. Yao Bing did not realize that she was taking the initiative. She said with an unhappy look, "Okay, I hope you can agree when the time comes." "Of course." Wang Zhong shrugged. Then, Yao Bing drank a glass of wine. "Don't drink so fast. Otherwise, you will really be drunk. I won't have time to clean up when you vomit all over the floor." "Humph." Yao Bing snorted and ate the steak and curry noodles that were served. The taste was quite good, but the price was a little expensive. Yao Bing's heart ached when she ate. After 3 rounds of wine, Yao Bing was indeed swaying. "Let me send you upstairs." Wang Zhong supported Yao Bing. "Do you have any bad intentions?" Yao Bing's face was full of suspicion. "If I had bad intentions, I would have done you the last 2 times. Do you know that?" Hearing this, Yao Bing did not struggle anymore. She obediently followed Wang Zhong. In her heart she was thinking, "That's true. If he had bad intentions, why would he let me go the last 2 times?" But once they entered the house, Yao Bing felt that something was wrong. She was suddenly carried by Wang Zhong. She wanted to struggle, but her body was in the air, and there was nothing she could do. "Li Tu, what are you doing? Don't do anything rash. Let me tell you, this is not good." Smart women knew how to be reserved. Yao Bing was like that. She even told herself that she was being forced, and that she was not willing to do it. If Wang Zhong stopped now, he would really be an honest man. In this life, he did not want to be an honest man. Therefore, He let nature take its course. 2 hours later, Yao Bing was still very angry, especially when she had woken up from her drunkenness. How dare you do this to me, Li Tuesday? You are not human. Wang Zhong was a little surprised that Yao Bing actually fell into the plum blossom. But wasn't this better? He would not look guilty. Instead, he looked comfortable and said, "This is what you agreed to. I did not force you. You still dare to deny it? I am going to call the police. Okay, you are mine in the future. I will not treat you badly. Who is your woman?" Humph. Yao Bing covered herself with the blanket and turned her head. Wang Zhong could not help but sigh. This woman's personality gave people a feeling of wanting. Chapter 580. Looking at Yao Bing's beautiful back, Wang Zhong smiled. Although Yao Bing looked like she was about to die, she didn't do anything in the end. Instead, she rested. It couldn't be helped. She was too tired just now, especially when she refused to move. Early the next morning, Wang Zhong vaguely felt that Yao Bing was in a hurry to leave. Wang Zhong knew that Yao Bing was embarrassed. After all, this meant that she was asking Wang Zhong for a favor and was offering herself to him. Wait! Wang Zhong stopped Yao Bing, who was about to leave. What else do you want? Yao Bing turned her head and asked angrily. I don't think we are chatting friends. Let's add each other, so that we can contact each other in the future. Who wants to contact you? Although she said that, Yao Bing didn't have the intention to leave. Don't you want to help your cousin? Let's add each other, so that we can contact each other in the future. What do you think? Yao Bing snorted. Okay then, but don't think of having any other intentions. As she said that, Yao Bing proudly showed her QR code. Wang Zhong scanned it and added her as a friend. I'm a little grass. Wang Zhong looked at Yao Bing's online username and laughed. It's quite a cute name. I didn't expect you to have such a cute name despite being so cold. If you smiled more often, you would be even cuter. Yao Bing turned her head and left. However, when she turned her head, the corner of her mouth twitched slightly. Of course, she was happy to be praised. Don't be in such a hurry to leave. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Wang Zhong stopped Yao Bing again. Buy me breakfast. Don't even think about it. Buy one for me. I'll send you a gift later. No. Yao Bing didn't want Wang Zhong to think that she was easy to fool. However, to her surprise, Wang Zhong suddenly hugged her from behind. If you don't buy it, I won't let you go. Let go. What are you doing? Yao Bing kept fidgeting, and her face was extremely red. However, in Wang Zhong's eyes, she was acting coquettishly. So this woman likes to play domineering. Wang Zhong was surprised. He was aroused, and then, this time, Yao Bing was really scared. She put on her clothes and said, You. Buy me breakfast and I'll give you your bag. Wang Zhong said in a domineering manner. Fine, I'll buy it. Eat until you die. Are you willing to let me die? I can't wait for you to die. Yao Bing angrily rushed out of the door. After leaving the room, Yao Bing was still in a daze. She had actually been subdued by Wang Zhong? This was completely different from the boyfriend she had in mind. Her boyfriend must not only be handsome, but also capable and gentle. How could he be as vulgar as Wang Zhong? However, now that things had come to this, Yao Bing felt a little regretful. Even if she really wanted to be with Wang Zhong, she had to let him know how precious she was, and how she needed to be cherished. After buying soy milk and buns, Wang Zhong was very satisfied with Yao Bing's performance. He said, I just bought something for you online. What's your address? What is it? Yao Bing didn't seem to care, but she was actually quite happy. In this world, everyone liked to receive gifts. You'll know when you receive it. Wang Zhong smiled faintly. Weird. Yao Bing muttered to herself, but she still sent her home address to Wang Zhong. Oh right, do you usually play with stocks? Why are you asking this? Yao Bing wiped the soy milk from the corner of her mouth and asked. You helped me earn so much last time. I want to show you again. You're crazy. I just messed around. Yao Bing rolled her eyes at Wang Zhong. She was quite cute like this. No, you're wrong. I don't believe in skills, but I believe in luck. It seems that you inadvertently helped me earn money, but more than that, it's probably because you're lucky. This was the first time Yao Bing heard of this point of view. It was very novel. But I used to play with stocks before. I lost 10 or 20,000 yuan, Yao Bing said. Luck also needs to be manipulated. You lost money because you didn't manipulate it well. Wang Zhong opened the stock software on his phone and said, I'll send these 5 stocks to your phone later. Go back and take a look and prepare to buy them. Okay, but you have to share some of the money with me. Yao Bing felt that the reason she was helping Wang Zhong was purely to earn money for herself. After leaving, Yao Bing dragged her tired body home. She was too tired last night. Thinking of the intense scene last night, Yao Bing couldn't help but blush. Scumbag, how could you do this to me? Yao Bing covered her face and felt hot. She had been in a relationship with Chen Jiqiang for so long, and nothing happened between them. However, she had only known Wang Zhong for a short while, and she was actually, I was forced. Actually, I should call the police. Yao Bing sighed. But when she thought of calling the police, she felt a little embarrassed. After all, she had gone to buy breakfast for the two of them, and she had also accepted so many clothes and shoes from them. She even added him as a friend. God, was the person in the room me? How could I do this? Yao Bing felt very embarrassed. She could imagine that if she really called the police, once the evidence came out, even a fool wouldn't believe that Wang Zhong forced her. After all, if he really forced her, how could she go and buy breakfast calmly? He didn't stop her from leaving at all. In the end, she even added him as a friend. If this wasn't voluntary, then what was it? So she thought about it. It seemed that she didn't have the initiative anymore. Unknowingly, the taxi stopped at the door. Yao Bing got out and walked with her bag. At this moment, a message came in. Yao Bing looked at it. It was from her mother. She asked if Yao Bing had woken up. She went to the morning market to buy an old hen and brought it over to make soup for her to nourish her body. Yao Bing's mother was a standard snob. She was greedy for money, but she took care of her daughter very well. She couldn't wait to treat her like a princess. Hence, although Yao Bing knew her mother's personality, she was still very grateful to her. She then walked and texted her mother. Bing Bing, why did you come back from outside? A familiar voice suddenly sounded. Jiqiang. Yao Bing was stunned. The person who came was actually Chen Jiqiang. She then realized that after she did that with Wang Zhong, she actually didn't think of Chen Jiqiang at all. At this moment, she realized that she actually didn't like him. Back then, when she fancied him, Chen Jiqiang's pie in the sky was actually a big part of the reason. At that time, she felt that Chen Jiqiang was very strong and ambitious. Women, in fact, most of them liked people who were ambitious. However, after he said that they broke up, Yao Bing completely gave up on Chen Jiqiang. Bing Bing, why did you come back from outside so early in the morning? Didn't you go back last night? Chen Jiqiang walked over and said, We've already broken up. Why do you care what I do? Yao Bing's expression was a little unnatural. She couldn't help but think that after she did that with Wang Zhong early in the morning, she still hadn't taken a shower. She wanted to quickly take a shower. However, her tone was still very firm. She continued, Since we've broken up, don't come looking for me in the future. Bing Bing, I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have distrusted you. After that time, I went back and reflected on it. I felt that I was really wrong. You went to see Li too because of me. There must be a misunderstanding between you and him. I know what kind of person you are. You're not like that. Chen Jiqiang said a lot in one breath. Yao Bing's expression changed. To be honest, Chen Jiqiang's eloquence was not bad. However, it was too late for him to say these things now. Jiqiang, it's useless to say these things. Let's break up. Bing Bing, I know you're still angry with me. Don't worry, I'm about to succeed. That big boss has already signed a contract with me. Signed a contract? Hearing this news, Yao Bing was stunned. Yes, I'll be a multimillionaire by then. Bing Bing, don't you like sports cars? When the time comes, I'll buy one for you. We'll live in a villa, a big house. Especially that Li Tuesday. We'll show him our strength. Well, before the money was in his hands, Chen Jiqiang started to paint a big picture. To be honest, when these words were said, it was indeed very effective. Some women would definitely be moved by his words. This wasn't to say that women were materialistic. Instead, it was a kind of vision for the future. Everyone hoped that they could live a good life. Chen Jiqiang's words were indeed very bewitching. Congratulations on your success, but I'm sorry. Let's break up. Yao Bing still shook her head. Why? Chen Jiqiang frowned. He had said so much, but she still wanted to break up. Bing, what did I do wrong? I can change. It's not your fault. I don't have feelings for you anymore. Don't come looking for me in the future. Bing, how can you? Seeing that Yao Bing was about to leave, Jiqiang hurriedly stood in front of her and said, Bing, I know you're angry with me, but I was too angry after that meal. It's all that Li Tu's fault. That Li Tu isn't that capable, but he likes to sow discord. You know that he still has those kinds of thoughts about you. Or else he wouldn't have used your picture as his screensaver. He's a wretched man, a piece of trash. He's just a piece of trash. Chen Jiqiang, I'm not breaking up with you because of him. Yao Bing said one sentence without meaning it. At this moment, she suddenly felt that Chen Jiqiang was very annoying and fussy. Instead of painting a big picture like this, he might as well actually complete his business. At least from her point of view. Although Wang Zhong's words were indeed wretched, and when they were together, Li Tu always seemed to be peeking at her. But that seemed to be quite normal. It would be abnormal if he didn't peek at her. After all, she knew that not many people could resist her beauty. Bing, listen to me. Yao Bing wanted to leave, but Chen Jiqiang kept stopping her. More and more people gathered around them. At this moment, a fat auntie in the crowd walked over, pointed at Chen Jiqiang's nose and scolded, You brat, harassing my daughter early in the morning. What do you want? The person who came was Yao Bing's mother, Chen Dahui. Chapter 581. Hey, auntie! Chen Jiqiang's face changed when he saw Chen Dahui. The reason why he dared to pester Yao Bing was because he knew that Yao Bing was easy to talk to. If he pestered her, there would be a chance for them to get back together. But her mother, Chen Dahui, was different. This woman was a weirdo. The first time she met Chen Dahui, she asked about his family and work situation. Of course, the result was not what she wanted. Because of this, Chen Dahui strongly opposed their relationship. Now that Chen Dahui came out, Chen Jiqiang knew that getting back together was not going to work. He regretted it. He should not have broken up with her. Get out of my way. Chen Dahui pulled Yao Bing's hand and shouted. Seeing that there were more and more people around, even the security guards came over. Chen Jiqiang could only say, Bing, I'll leave first. Chen Jiqiang turned around and left. After turning a corner, a phone call came in. Jiqiang, how's it going? Mao Jianhua's voice came through. Don't mention it. We almost succeeded. Even Bing agreed. I didn't expect her mother to come out. Of course, Chen Jiqiang would not say that Yao Bing did not agree in front of his bootlicker. Instead, he blamed it on her mother. What? What a coincidence. Yeah, I'm so unlucky. Then what should we do? If you don't get back together, what about the money? It's $1 million. I'm also thinking of a way. It's so troublesome. Chen Jiqiang frowned. The reason why he wanted to get back together with Yao Bing was not only because of Yao Bing's beauty, but also because of Yao Bing's house that was worth 2 to 3 million. The real estate boss who wanted to invest in him had said that he was optimistic about his game and decided to invest 80 million. Of course, this was a good thing. However, the real estate boss said that it would depend on their ability. He had to put 3 million in their company account as a guarantee. Otherwise, the investment would not work. 3 million was too much. They could not afford it. In the end, the real estate boss said that he saw that he was quite talented and would only take 1 million as a guarantee. If he did not take out the money, then there would be no hope. He discussed with Mao Jianhua and finally thought of Yao Bing. When he was with Yao Bing, he knew that when Yao Bing's family was demolished, they were given several houses. One of them was under Yao Bing's name and was worth 2 to 3 million. His plan was to get back together with Yao Bing. When the time came, he would use his silver tongue to persuade Yao Bing to mortgage her house and use the money as a deposit to get investment. In his opinion, As long as they got back together, Yao Bing would definitely agree. After all, he had already invested 80 million yuan. A few million yuan was nothing to him. However, he did not expect that Yao Bing would refuse to reconcile with him. Jianhua, can't you borrow one from your relatives? Chen Jiqiang asked helplessly. Jiqiang, I've already taken out a few 100,000 yuan to design the game for you. Half of this money was borrowed from me. How am I supposed to borrow more? Got it. I'll think of something. When Yao Bing calms down, I'll talk to her again. While Chen Jiqiang and Mao Jianhua were talking, Chen Dahui pulled her daughter, Yao Bing, into the elevator. Bing Bing, you broke up with him. Why is he still pestering you? I could tell at a glance that he wasn't a good person. Look, I was right about him. As soon as the elevator door closed, Chen Dahui started talking. Mom, I know. Didn't I break up with him? Yeah. I'm just worried that he's still pestering you. No, he won't. I've already broken up with him. That's good. By the way, why are you outside so early in the morning? It's the weekend. Shouldn't you be on holiday? Chen Dahui frowned. Looking at her daughter's clothes, she said, No, you're wearing yesterday's clothes. You didn't come home last night. Yao Bing did not expect her mother to be so smart. She could even see through this. She immediately stammered. I had something to do this morning, so I woke up early. Daughter, don't try to hide it from me. You broke up with Chen Jiqiang. Don't tell me you found someone else? Yao Bing was shocked. She immediately shook her head. No, Mom. Don't talk nonsense. It must be. Seeing her daughter like this, Chen Dahui was even more convinced. Before entering the house, Chen Dahui started asking questions. What does he do for a living? What kind of car does he drive? Does he have a house? Is he an only child? The series of questions made Yao Bing feel like breaking down. Mom, don't think too much. I didn't. Although she had a one-night stand with Wang Zhong, in Yao Bing's eyes, it was not love at all. So of course she would not admit that Wang Zhong was her boyfriend. You child, you're still lying to your mom. Chen Dahui shook her head helplessly. When she opened the door, she was stunned. There were many clothes and shoes in the house. They were the ones Wang Zhong gave Yao Bing. Because there was a lot of them, there was no place to put them. Yao Bing temporarily put them on the sofa. She had planned to tidy them up this weekend. She did not expect to be seen by her mother before she could do so. Oh no, Mom is going to gossip again. Yao Bing wanted to cry. Sure enough, the next moment, Chen Dahui picked up the labels of the clothes. She was so shocked that her jaw almost dropped. Because the price tag on the clothes was a few thousand yuan. It was obvious that they were big brands. Good daughter, who bought these clothes for you? Chen Dahui knew that her daughter had been very frugal since she was young. Not to mention a few thousand yuan. Yao Bing would not even look at clothes that cost more than 500 yuan. And there were so many branded clothes and shoes. It was obvious that they were gifts. Thinking that her daughter had broken up with Chen Jiqiang, Chen Dahui immediately guessed that her daughter had dated someone else. Mom, what are you talking about? You still don't want to admit it. You definitely wouldn't buy these clothes. That means that someone gave you these expensive clothes. He must be very rich, right? Speaking of money, Chen Dahui's eyes lit up. She smiled and said, That's more like it. Our daughter is so beautiful. Of course, you will be a rich man's wife in the future. Tell me, what does he do? There's nothing between him and me. Mom, don't ask. If there's nothing, why did he give you gifts? If there's nothing, why did you spend the night outside? She realized that she really could not win against her mother. Speechless, she said, I'm going to take a shower. Okay. You have to remember that there are many rich and good men. But few of them will treat you well. If they really treat you well, you should accept them. What's done can't be undone. Is this still my biological mother? Yao Bing was speechless when she heard that. What made her more surprised was that when she came out of the shower, a waiter from the watch shop came to her door. Hello, is this Miss Yao Bing's house? Yes, what's the matter? This is a woman's watch that a customer ordered on our watch company's website this morning. Please sign for it. The waiter said as he handed over a small box. There was a price tag on the side, $136,300. Seeing the price, Yao Bing's mouth opened slightly. Needless to say, Chen Dahui was so happy that she could not close her mouth. After signing for it, Yao Bing closed the door and opened the watch box. An exquisite watch appeared in front of her. Yao Bing suddenly remembered that when she left the hotel in the morning, Wang Zhong asked her for the address and said that a gift would be sent over. She did not expect that the gift would be this. For a moment, her heart was filled with mixed feelings. This is a gift from your new boyfriend, right? He's so generous. Looks like he's a big boss, Chen Dahui said happily. Mom, I'm not. Let's not talk about it. I'm going to sleep. Picking up the watch, Yao Bing went back to her room alone. Looking at the exquisite watch, she could not help but want to wear it. The exquisite watch made her jade-like arm shine even more. She was naturally very happy. She did not expect Wang Zhong to be so thoughtful. In fact, this was the reality. Once you hit someone with money, it would basically succeed. Unless the person was not short of money. Ding ding. A message was sent. Yao Bing looked at it. It was from Wang Zhong. Li Tu, you've received the watch. Help me research the stock market. My lower body's happiness depends on you. This sentence had a double meaning. Yao Bing curled her lips and thought that this Li Tu was a scumbag. How could he be willing to do business with her? Yao Bing, don't think that I have forgiven you. This is my reward. After sending the message, Yao Bing went to sleep happily. Su Xiaoyan was very depressed recently. Her life was going well, but she did not expect her brother to get married. Forget about the wedding, they need betrothal gifts. Forget about the betrothal gifts, she had to fork out most of them. It was fine if she did not want to fork out money. Then, she would let her get married and use her betrothal gifts to subsidize her brother's expenses. This made Su Xiaoyan feel very depressed. She felt like she had sold her out. But she did not dare to tell Wang Zhong about this. Although Wang Zhong treated her well and bought her a house and a car, in her heart, the better Wang Zhong was, the more inferior she felt. Especially when her parents and brother were like that. Such a family made her unable to raise her head. What made her feel even more helpless was that today, her brother came over. Sister, I'm at the entrance of your company. Which office are you in? Let me take a look. Su Xiaoyan's brother was called Su Peng. He was very strong and his skin was a little tanned. He looked like a rough man. Why are you here? After receiving this call, Su Xiaoyan felt very uncomfortable. In other families, the elder sister and younger brother had a good relationship and treated each other with respect. But this was not the case in her family. Since young, this brother of hers had been a troublemaker. As his elder sister, she did not get any benefits and was always pushed to the front to clean up his mess. To be honest, she hated this brother of hers very much. But no matter what, they were still family. Su Xiaoyan could not ignore him. Sister, Mom said that you're in a relationship. Aren't I here to see brother-in-law? Su Ping shouted. Also, if brother-in-law's work is good, let him introduce some jobs to me. The work in the factory is too tiring. I'm not in the mood. Didn't you just go to a factory? You're quitting again? Su Xiaoyan knew that Su Peng was introduced to a factory a while ago. She did not expect him to quit in less than half a month. Chapter 582. The environment in the factory was too bad. I was bored to death just sitting there every day. I didn't have the energy to do it, so I quit. Su Peng said frankly and continued. Why aren't you coming out? I'm starving. Bring me to eat something good. I'm coming out. No matter how much she disliked her brother, she could not ignore him. Su Xiaoyan could only come out. Wow, sister, working in a big company is really different. You're so beautiful. Su Peng smiled and ran over to flatter her. He was about to walk in. Don't go in. Everyone inside is working. People will talk if you go in. Su Xiaoyan reminded him. Then where am I going? Let's go and eat something first. Okay, I'm hungry. Su Xiaoyan brought Su Peng to eat. Su Peng was really hungry. He ordered a lot of food and wolfed it down. Sister, what does your boyfriend look like? Why are you as gossipy as Mom? I'm just curious. If brother-in-law is capable, he can help me. You don't know how miserable I am. My mother-in-law wants a car or a house. She's selling her daughter. She's too materialistic. My girlfriend and I are really in love, Su Peng said without hesitation. He felt that the people on the other side were really unreasonable. But you are really in love. You don't have a job now. What are you going to do in the future? Su Xiaoyan persuaded. Sister, don't I have you? If brother-in-law has any connections, he can introduce me to a job. Actually, I don't have high requirements. I just want an easy job. Don't be so depressed. The salary is high. It's best if I have more freedom. I can endure it. Su Xiaoyan was speechless. Even if there was such a good job, it would not be your turn. Even if it was your turn, do you have the ability? Besides, sister, if you want to get married, don't you have betrothal gifts? How much betrothal gifts are you going to accept from brother-in-law? So you want to rely on my betrothal gifts to live? That's not what I meant. It's just my mom's idea. But then again, I'm still young. Which young person would have so much money? Dad and mom are not capable. I can only rely on betrothal gifts. Don't think so much. I don't accept betrothal gifts. Su Xiaoyan said coldly. But dad and mom won't agree. Su Peng shook his head helplessly. Let's not talk about this. Find me a good job these few days. At least let the woman see my income. Can't you find it yourself? Su Xiaoyan had a headache. If she hadn't met Wang Zhong, she wouldn't have had the ability to introduce another job. You've been here for so long. Besides, you have brother-in-law. You must be capable. Think about it. If I have a job, I can also bear part of the betrothal gifts, right? Su Xiaoyan agreed with Su Peng's words. She nodded. All right then. You'll be an intermediary like me. Will this be too tiring? I've seen on TV that agents have to go out every day. Do you think you can get a better position with your current ability? Even if there is such a position, I don't have the ability to make you do it. All right then, I'll try. Su Peng was actually a little angry. He was the only male in the family, and his sister was supposed to take care of him. Looking at the situation, she seemed a little impatient. She didn't have the ability, but didn't brother-in-law have the ability as well? Su Peng had a good eye. He could tell at a glance that Su Xiaoyan's clothes weren't cheap. There was even a diamond necklace around her neck. What did this mean? It meant that brother-in-law must have bought these things. After all, he knew that Su Xiaoyan's salary was average. It was impossible for her to afford these things. Originally, he wanted Su Xiaoyan to talk to brother-in-law and let him get a better position. It would be best if he could be a manager or something to manage people. He didn't expect him to start from the most ordinary position. This made him feel very disappointed. However, things had already come to this. He could only think about it later. Then where do I live? Su Peng quickly asked. A place that I rent. Su Xiaoyan was helpless. Wang Zhong bought a villa for her. She couldn't say that it was hers. She didn't want this good-for-nothing brother of hers to think about. So she said that she rented it. After dinner, Su Xiaoyan drove Su Peng into the neighborhood. Sister, this neighborhood is not bad. You even bought a car. That's great. Although this car isn't expensive, it can be used as my wedding car. Do you mind if I borrow it for a while? Su Peng patted the seat and smiled. This is the company's car. But this neighborhood looks very good. How much is the rent? TSK. I think it's more than 10,000 yuan a month? When the car stopped in front of a villa, Su Peng was stunned. Damn, sister, you're living in a villa? At this moment, Su Peng felt that his sister must have hit the jackpot. Even if this villa was rented, he estimated that it would cost at least 10,000 yuan a month. The company rented it. Let's go in. Once Su Peng entered, he looked around curiously. This house was really too beautiful. He couldn't bear to leave and decided to stay here. That's not right. He should bring his fiancée and family over and let them see where he was living now. He was living in a villa now. Wasn't that awesome? Sister, do you have money on you? After tidying up the room, Su Peng found Su Xiaoyan downstairs. What do you need money for? I need money too. This time, I only brought travel expenses. I'll need to spend money when I go out in the future. Su Peng said matter-of-factly. How troublesome. Didn't you save money before? Su Xiaoyan opened her wallet helplessly. Although she didn't like this brother of hers, she had no choice but to fork out the money. I haven't been working for long. Where would I get the money? Moreover, dating costs are very high. Su Peng looked at the money in his sister's wallet. There were actually a few thousand yuan. His eyes widened. However, what made him speechless was that Su Xiaoyan only gave him 1,000 yuan. Here, save some money. I didn't say much about my salary. Sister, the company has already prepared your car and house for you. Are you still worried about not having enough money? You only gave me 1,000 yuan. How stingy. Do you want it or not? Okay. Su Peng took the money helplessly. I'll walk around. After Su Peng left, Su Xiaoyan called Wang Zhong and told him that her brother was coming over. Wang Zhong didn't think much of it. After all, he was Su Xiaoyan's brother. He still had to give him face. Then let him stay. If he needs anything, he can tell me. Also, I told him about letting him be the intermediary. That's not a problem. You can teach him more, Wang Zhong reminded her. Yes. Brotherly, you're not angry, are you? Su Xiaoyan asked uneasily. Angry? Why would I be angry? Wang Zhong found it funny. After all, my brother is not very capable. It's not good to let him work through the back door. Don't worry. As long as he does well, I'm fine with it. Thank you, brotherly. Are you coming back for dinner tonight? I'll cook seafood. Okay. While Su Xiaoyan was on the phone, Su Peng was also on the phone with his mother. Mom, my sister is rich. Not only does she have a car, but she also lives in a big villa. How is that possible? I know how much your sister is earning. Su Peng's mother didn't believe him. In her opinion, Su Xiaoyan was just a girl. How could a girl earn so much? It's true. I'm already living in a big villa. But my sister's salary doesn't seem high. I suspect that my brother-in-law gave it to her. Do you think my sister is being kept by someone? I don't think so. Why not? If not, why would the big boss give her a car and a big villa? But I think it's good. Our family can benefit from it. Su Peng's mother also felt that it was good. Although Su Xiaoyan had become someone's mistress, she was rich. In this day and age, the rich were the boss. You have to do some work for your sister. Ask her to get more money from the big boss. Do you understand? My sister doesn't listen to me. Mom, you have to tell her. Okay. At night, Su Xiaoyan went to Wang Zhong's villa. She bought hairy crabs, small yellow croakers, and some prawns. She cooked a sumptuous seafood feast. She knew that everything she had now was given to her by Wang Zhong. Of course, she had to take good care of Wang Zhong. She poured some red wine to sober up. But at this time her mother called. Su Xiaoyan's mother was a straightforward person. She directly told her what Su Peng had told her. Then she continued. Daughter, our family is poor and you have a younger brother. He's the only son of our family. You have to think of him and give in to him. Actually, there's nothing embarrassing about you being with that big boss. As long as you have money, it's fine. As your mother, I support you. But be careful not to let the big boss's wife find out. Oh right, how old is the big boss? Does he have children? If possible, get him to divorce. If not, cry and throw a tantrum. Mom, what are you talking about? Hearing her mother's words, Su Xiaoyan was stunned. Was this still her mother? She actually taught her to be a mistress. Daughter, you're too honest. That's why I'm worried about you. Do you understand? Su Xiaoyan's mother continued. What are you talking about? It's fine if you don't understand. Don't talk nonsense to your brother. Then why do you live in a big villa and drive a car? The company rented it for me. It's fine. Who would rent it for you? Su Xiaoyan was helpless. She could only say, my boss rented it for me. But my boss doesn't have a wife and children. What? Single? Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry up and have children together. Mom, what are you thinking? Seriously? Su Xiaoyan didn't want to talk about it anymore. She didn't want her mother to say anything. I still have something to do. That's all for now. Not long after hanging up, Wang Zhong came back. Tonight's dishes were quite sumptuous. Wang Zhong's appetite was greatly increased. But Su Xiaoyan seemed a little unhappy. Xiaoyan, what's wrong? Nothing. Su Xiaoyan squeezed out a smile. She couldn't tell Wang Zhong about her family matters. Wang Zhong was already busy enough. She didn't want to add more trouble to Wang Zhong. But just then the doorbell rang. Chapter 583. Ding dong. Ding dong. The continuous ringing of the doorbell made Su Xiaoyan's expression change slightly. She and Wang Zhong lived here. Usually, no one would come over, and no important people knew that they lived here. It seemed that only her brother knew. In the afternoon, she said that she would not go back for dinner, and Su Ping knew that she was here. Who is it? Wang Zhong frowned slightly. I'll go open the door. Su Xiaoyan put down the wine and ran to open the door. When she opened the door, it was indeed her brother. Sis, I bought some gifts for my brother-in-law, Su Ping said with a smile. After Su Xiaoyan hung up the phone with her mother immediately called Su Peng and told him that Su Xiaoyan's boyfriend was still single. Hearing that, Su Peng's heart itched. If his sister married into a rich family, he would be able to soar to the sky. Therefore, in order to curry favor, he bought some gifts. Of course, the money for the gifts was all Su Xiaoyan's money. This is your brother? Wang Zhong asked Su Xiaoyan. Su Xiaoyan was very embarrassed. She forced herself to nod, then blamed. Why are you here? Originally, it was a candlelight dinner with Wang Zhong. It was a beautiful memory, but it was ruined. Sis, I came over today, but I haven't seen my brother-in-law yet, Su Peng said. Have you eaten? Wang Zhong asked. Not yet. Su Peng chuckled. We're eating. Let's eat together. As the big boss, Wang Zhong was expressionless and serious, showing the demeanor of a superior. This gave Su Peng some pressure, making him cautious. Don't be nervous. Let's eat. All right, do you drink? Although he felt that Su Peng was rude and impolite, Wang Zhong did not show it on Su Xiaoyan's face. I don't drink red wine. It's boring. I drink white wine. Su Peng liked to drink a few mouthfuls, so he brought white wine. Wang Zhong nodded and said, Then you drink. Su Xiaoyan said to her brother, Don't drink too much, don't drink too much. Sister, don't worry. I can hold my liquor well, Su Peng said with a smile. As the three of them ate, Su Peng started chatting. He talked about how many brothers he had in his hometown, and how he was not careless in fighting. He also said that brother-in-law, if you have any trouble, you can tell him. He even said that he had gotten into a fight back then, and had a criminal record. Normal people would try their best not to talk about this kind of thing, because they were afraid of embarrassing themselves, and also afraid that people would dislike them. This Su Peng, on the other hand, was bragging about this matter. He even said that he had gotten to know a lot of big brothers in prison, and that they could help him with just a phone call. Wang Zhong only wanted to say that Su Xiaoyan was a good girl, but her brother was brainless. This kind of person will suffer a great loss sooner or later. You have to stay away from him. Otherwise, if he gets struck by lightning, he will easily hurt you. Su Peng drank an entire bottle of white wine in one go. Before he left, he said to Wang Zhong, Brother-in-law, I'll leave my sister in your care. You have to take care of her. Right, when are you getting married? Marriage? Wang Zhong looked at Su Xiaoyan. Su Xiaoyan buried her head, and quickly pulled Su Peng out. Brother, stop talking. I'm serious. Brother-in-law, your betrothal gift. Before he could finish, he was pulled out by Su Xiaoyan. 10 minutes later, Su Xiaoyan entered the house tiredly. Wang Zhong had already thrown Su Peng's leftover food and utensils into the bin. Brotherly. Su Xiaoyan walked over embarrassedly. I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? Wang Zhong smiled. Your brother is your family after all. As long as he works hard in the future, it's fine. If he doesn't know, he can learn. I'm okay. It's just that he's too rude. You didn't eat much just now. Eat more. Su Xiaoyan's heart was unusually warm. She continued drinking with Wang Zhong. After a while they were drunk. Because Su Xiaoyan was drunk, she became bolder. She pulled Wang Zhong's hand and said, I'm so wet. Let's go take a bath. Let's go. They took a bath together. In the next few days, Su Peng became more familiar with the business under Su Xiaoyan's guidance. Su Xiaoyan really took good care of her brother. She introduced a few of her original clients to him, and asked him to handle them. However, she didn't expect something to happen to her brother just a month later. A client suddenly called and said that he had given the deposit to Su Peng. Why wasn't he answering the phone? More importantly, it wasn't just one client. There were 6 of them. With so many people, the deposit added up to hundreds of thousands. Su Xiaoyan panicked. Bang! Su Xiaoyan pushed open the door of the villa and became even angrier. She didn't know when her brother had brought a group of good friends to eat barbecue in the house. The barbecue rack was placed on the white and clean marble floor. The floor was dirty because of the rubbish. Leftover beer bottles were piled up randomly. The floor was full of dirt, including Su Peng. There were 3 men and 2 women. They were all from Su Peng's hometown. 2 of them drank too much and fell asleep on the sofa. Su Peng and a woman were still drinking, but it wasn't his fiancée. Su Peng, what are you doing? Su Xiaoyan couldn't help but kick the drunk Su Peng. Sister, these are all my friends. Su Peng was very proud. He was living in a big house now. Of course, he had to show off to his friends. Therefore, he asked his friends from his hometown to come over. What do you think this place is? Do you know how much the sofa costs? Look at what you have done to the house. Su Xiaoyan was so angry that her delicate body was trembling. She spent a lot of effort to arrange the furniture in this house. In order not to cause trouble for Wang Zhong, she even spent the money that she had saved. Now the house was so dirty. How could she live in it? Sister, it's just some furniture. My brother-in-law has money. What are you afraid of? Su Peng said indifferently. It's his business if he has money. Can you have some backbone? After being lectured by Su Xiaoyan, Su Peng couldn't hold it in anymore. Sister, my friends are here. If you say that again, I will be angry. Hee, you still have the cheek to be angry? Let me ask you. The client gave you the deposit. Why didn't you answer their calls? Speaking of this, Su Peng quickly said, Sister, I was just about to talk to you about this. He pulled Su Xiaoyan to the side. You can't blame me for this. My friends are here, aren't they? If I don't stand on ceremony with them, it'll be rude of me. You won't give me any money, so you took the deposit. Sister, since you have money you should pay for it. Anyway, brother-in-law gave you so much money. You are going to piss me off. Su Xiaoyan shouted. What do you think Li Tu is? Why should he pay you back? Be careful, he might send you to jail. Sister, I am the only son in our family. As my sister, what's wrong with helping me? Right. You have the nerve to say that. I have already helped you find a job, provided you with accommodation and food. I am not your mother. What else do you want me to do? Sister, it is natural for you to help me. Besides, you didn't give me much money, Su Peng muttered. Fine. Just you wait. Su Xiaoyan was so angry that she turned around and left. Sister, don't go. What should I do? Wang Zhong was furious. He just received a call from an employee in the company. Su Peng took the deposit from the customer and did not answer the call or do anything. He had not gone to work for a few days. To Wang Zhong, I can give you money to spend, and I can buy expensive things for you. However, you can't mess around with me and poke at my feet. It was already night time. Wang Zhong knew that Su Xiaoyan was at home. He needed an explanation. When he reached home, he saw Su Xiaoyan looking at him with tears in her eyes. Xiaoyan, do you have anything to say to me? Wang Zhong said coldly. Brotherly, I am sorry. My brother took the money. Su Xiaoyan did not intend to hide it. She did not want to lie to Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong was already very good to her. It could be said that Wang Zhong was the person who treated her the best in the world. Even her parents were not as good as Wang Zhong. Therefore, she was afraid of losing him. Hence she decided to be honest. I will try my best to make up for this. I will not let my brother go to work in the future. He is still living in your house. I know. He even brought a few friends over. He is not in the mood to go to work. I don't know what to do. He did not listen to me. He even thought that it was natural for me to help him as his sister. He is not grateful at all. Boo-hoo. As she spoke, Su Xiaoyan started to cry. My mother also blames me. She blames me for not taking good care of my brother. She even wants me to marry someone else and give him monetary gifts. I am like a commodity. Initially, Wang Zhong wanted to vent his anger on Su Xiaoyan. However, looking at Su Xiaoyan's reaction, Wang Zhong was speechless. Perhaps, the most tragic person was someone like Su Xiaoyan. Even her parents treated her like a commodity. "Will you listen to me?" Wang Zhong asked. Su Xiaoyan quickly nodded. She was a clear-headed person. Wang Zhong treated her so well. Of course she trusted Wang Zhong. Because in her opinion, she was just a little woman. There was nothing to be deceived about. Even if she gave her most valuable body to Wang Zhong, what was there to be deceived about? "Okay, then do as I say. Your brother and those friends are still in the house, right?" "Yes." "Okay, I will go over." 15 minutes later, Wang Zhong arrived at Su Peng's villa. He and his friends were still drinking and chatting. "Su Peng, your brother-in-law is really amazing. If there is a good job in the future, you have to introduce it to us." "Of course. To be honest, my brother-in-law has a villa in front. I estimate that he is worth hundreds of millions." Su Peng said proudly. This feeling of bragging in front of his friends was really great. Even a female friend who used to look down on him was sitting with him now. It did not matter if he did some small tricks. This was the taste of being rich. Su Peng proudly hugged his female friend, forgetting about his fiancée. Bang! However, at this moment the door was suddenly kicked open. Chapter 584. Bam! The door was suddenly kicked open, startling everyone in the house. "Who is it?" Su Peng frowned. This was his sister's house. Who the hell dared to barge in? Were they tired of living? He took a closer look. It was Wang Zhong. However, there was a group of policemen behind Wang Zhong. Brother-in-law, what's going on?" Su Peng asked uneasily. Wang Zhong was expressionless. "You cheated a guest of her money. I've already called the police." "What? No brother-in-law. I'm Su Xiaoyan's brother." Wang Zhong ignored him and shouted at the others in front of him. "Don't listen to Su Peng's bragging. Pack your things and get out of here. Otherwise, I'll arrest all of you." Su Peng's friends were just fair-weather friends. Seeing so many policemen coming, they did not dare to say anything. "Brother-in-law, you can't do this. If you do this, my mother will not agree to you and my sister being together." Su Peng tried to use this to threaten Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong walked over and patted Su Peng's face. "You think I care? Why don't you take a look at your own status? Do you think you can threaten me with that?" Su Peng was stunned. He suddenly realized that he had made a mistake. A very, very mistake. He was not a loser. He had a lot of money. No matter how beautiful his sister was. Would a rich man care about beautiful women? Not at all. He had always believed that Wang Zhong was a good man. Therefore, he was fearless and believed that his elder sister would be able to handle Wang Zhong. However, from the looks of it now, even his elder sister would have to listen to Wang Zhong. "Brotherly too, I was wrong. Let me go, let me go. Police, please take him away." "Okay." The group of people took Su Peng away. Su Peng shouted. He wanted to look for Su Xiaoyan, but it was useless. "Brotherly." After they left, Su Xiaoyan walked over. Your brother will be in jail for a while. Let him remember. Su Biao was depressed recently. In order to trick Wang Zhong into playing by Jala, his boss had thrown in more than 20 million. This amount of money was real money, and it was all taken out by Wang Zhong. Now, that guy Wang Zhong actually said that he wanted to take care of his girlfriend. So he didn't want to play anymore. What should he do? These days, he had also tried to contact Wang Zhong, but Wang Zhong was nowhere to be seen, let alone play with him. He also wanted to go to Wang Zhong's office, but Wang Zhong had hired 2 security guards these days, so no one could see Wang Zhong, which made him very depressed. "Brother Biao." At this time, Zhang Kaitai rushed in. "Li Tu lied to us." "What do you mean?" "He said that Su Xiaoyan is sick and needs to be taken care of. But Su Xiaoyan is fine. I saw the 2 of them going to work together." F***ck. Su Biao slammed the table. "We've been tricked." Rubbing his head, Su Biao was at his wit's end. Although they were gangsters, they were now in a lawful society. If you let people take the initiative to lose money, then no one could do anything about it. But now that Wang Zhong didn't play, it would be difficult to get the money back. Li too. I'll come over with my cousin later. We'll look for you about buying a house. Is that okay? It was early in the morning, and the weather was a little cold. Wang Zhong was a little lazy in bed, and before he reached the company, Yao Bing called. No way, it's so early. I've been to the company late these days, can you wait? You have to hurry, don't forget this is what you promised me. Wang Zhong was convinced by Yao Bing's savagery and said, Okay, give me a kiss later, and I'll come over immediately. You wish. Let me tell you, don't even think about touching me in the future, or I'll kill you. Yao Bing's temper was very domineering, and she hung up the phone. F***ck, you can do that. Wang Zhong smiled. The more savage she was, the more he wanted her to see how powerful he was. Maybe this was what a scumbag was like. When he arrived at the company, Yao Bing was already waiting at the door. Didn't you say you're coming with your cousin? Where is he? Seeing that Yao Bing was alone, Wang Zhong asked curiously. He drove another car behind. Go in first, I have something to tell you. Yao Bing's attitude was still cold. After entering the office, Wang Zhong took the initiative to close the door and hugged Yao Bing. Get lost. Yao Bing quivered. She didn't expect Wang Zhong to be so daring to touch her directly. I'm just joking with you. Why are you overreacting? Wang Zhong smiled faintly. He liked to see an ice beauty like Yao Bing angry. Scumbag. Yao Bing snorted. If you continue, I won't help anymore. Wang Zhong sat on the boss chair and said in a relaxed tone, You dare. Yao Bing glared at him and found that her threat didn't seem to have any effect. This made her angry. Usually she had so many bootlickers. If she said something, those bootlickers wouldn't dare to go west. However, it didn't have any effect on Li Tuesday realizing that she couldn't threaten Wang Zhong. Yao Bing was also a smart person. She softened her tone and said, My cousin will be here soon, can you not talk like that? How did I talk like that? Why are you so fierce to me? That's because you're rude to me. Anyway, my cousin will be here and I don't want you to talk nonsense. Okay, as long as you're smart, of course I won't talk nonsense. Wang Zhong smiled faintly. He thought for a while and said, But I have a condition. You have a condition? Yao Bing's eyes narrowed. Dance with me, how about it? No. Then forget it, you can leave. I won't help you with this. Wang Zhong said straightforwardly, leaving no room for negotiation. Yao Bing's hands clenched tightly. After thinking for a while, she realized that she didn't have any other choice. She could only clench her teeth. After cursing in her heart, she turned her head and said, Let's dance, but you can't touch me. I really want to dance. Recently, I want to learn how to dance. Okay, just this once. Wang Zhong opened the music player on the computer. Then he walked over with a smile. He held Yao Bing's hand and started to dance. He had learned how to dance in the world of celebrities. Although he hadn't danced for a long time and was a little rusty, he was much better than ordinary people. Therefore, he was able to help Yao Bing, who didn't know how to dance. Yao Bing was surprised. This scumbag actually knew how to dance. From the looks of it, he danced quite well. After the dance, Wang Zhong nodded slightly and said, Your body is quite soft. You have the potential to dance. Yao Bing shook off Wang Zhong's hand and said unhappily, No matter how much potential I have, I'm not interested in dancing. Okay, when will your cousin arrive? Speaking of business, Yao Bing called her cousin to rush him. Sister, I'm already at the door. I'll be there soon. Half an hour later, Wang Zhong helped Yao Bing's cousin to complete the procedures. He didn't even ask for the service fee. Yao Bing's cousin thanked him profusely. You don't have to thank me. Your sister asked me to help. Of course, I will give her face. Wang Zhong said calmly. Yao Bing's cousin understood. He looked at Wang Zhong and Yao Bing with an ambiguous gaze. Yao Bing was helpless. She felt that the matter between her and Wang Zhong was getting more and more complicated. In the end, when she left, she was practically running away. Yao Bing and her cousin returned home. Her cousin told Yao Bing's mother, Chen Dahui, about Wang Zhong. When Chen Dahui heard it, she grabbed Yao Bing's hand and laughed. Daughter, this person helped you so much. He definitely likes you. You have to grasp it well. He's much better than that Chen Jiqiang. Yes, that boss must be rich. Not to mention other things. Just his company alone is definitely worth a few million. Yao Bing's cousin was also very happy for Yao Bing, so he said, "Ring, ring, ring." As they were talking, Yao Bing's phone lit up. Yao Bing took a look and her face changed. It was Chen Jiqiang. When Chen Dahui saw it, she frowned and said, "It's this guy again. Didn't I tell you not to contact this poor guy? He's the one who contacted me." Chen Dahui wanted to know how her daughter and Chen Jiqiang were doing. She pointed at the phone and said, "Okay, pick up the call. Let's see what this guy has to say." Yao Bing sighed in her heart and nodded. Then she picked up the call. "Chen Jiqiang, didn't you say not to contact me?" Yao Bing said. I just remembered that your birthday is coming soon. I wanted to ask you out for a meal." Chen Dahui's face changed. Just as she was about to scold Yao Bing said, "I said it's impossible between us. Don't bother me in the future. Don't hang up. Actually, there's one more thing." Jianhua and Yi Leiqian are getting married in 2 days. Jianhua is also your old classmate. Everyone is very close to each other. You have to go, right? Chen Jiqiang had thought it through. If he saw Yao Bing again, it would be best to let her have a few drinks. Then they would get back together. This time, he must get Yao Bing's heart as soon as possible. Then, Yao Bing would be dead set on him. Then, he would be able to solve the problem of using her house as a mortgage. "Okay." Yao Bing replied. "Okay, I'm hanging up." After hanging up, Chen Dahui snorted. "I knew that Chen Jiqiang still can't forget you. This time what classmate's wedding? You better not go." "But after all, we are classmates." Yao Bing had always been filial. She was in a difficult position. "I say, cousin, that Li Tu is also your classmate, right? Did he go there too?" Yao Bing's cousin interrupted. "He should be going too." Yao Bing thought for a moment. Mao Jianhua and Wang Cheng were not on good terms. But in the end, it was just a small conflict. This time, Li Tu should be going to the wedding. "He's going too? That's good. Bing Bing, I'll allow you to go. But you can only accompany Li Tuesday." Yao Bing felt a headache coming on. Yao Bing was having a headache, but Su Xiaoyan was having an even bigger headache. Her mother finally found out that her younger brother had been arrested. She called her immediately. "Su Xiaoyan, how are you taking care of your brother? I heard that it was Li Tu who called the police to arrest him. You want to die. You colluded with outsiders to bully your brother. Do you believe that I won't acknowledge you as my daughter? No wonder they say that daughters are useless. It's true. You're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.